holidays, and welcome to Dub Talk, the podcast where on any normal day, a group of anime spouting nerds give their opinions on a recent English dub announcement, or review the dub of a series recently released on DVD and Blu-ray. I'm Stephanie, and joining me, as always, are Hardy and Megan.
Hey!
Hey!
So, I know we're recording this the day after Christmas. How was your holiday, guys?
I got functional shelves.
I ate a Tombstone pizza and some eggnog.
And I finally have a TV in my apartment.
Well,
We have
good
made
for
great
you!
strides.
I feel so proud. I'm like, my god, I am actually evolving in this world. Anyway, so as we all know, of course, 2015 is nearing an end, and with it, we had a variety of new anime for everyone to enjoy and sometimes hate. As an end-of-the-year wrap-up for the Dub Talk podcast, the three of us have kind of decided to talk about our favorites from the past year, with our first ever Dubby Awards.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Woo!
Spoiler alert, Leonardo DiCaprio does not get a W.
He's never gonna get an award, it's sad.
Unless Steve Harvey gives it to him.
Oh!
Happy Easter, y'all. Anyway, we've come up with several categories and we each sat down and picked our own winners, and today we're just gonna kind of share them with you. And probably it's gonna be a mess like always, because it's been, how long has it been since it's been just the three of us?
I think it
Because the
has
Answer
been...
Devils doesn't really count because there was 6 of us.
I think the last time it was just the three of us, I'm pretty sure it was Sky Wizards.
Yeah,
So that was back
Wizards
in
Academy.
That was back in September, I think.
Holy shit.
And that's one academy I would not like to thank.
Thank you. Thank
Not
you.
Even if Mom directed it.
Oh, we love you, Felicia. So I guess we can start with our categories.
Da-da-da-da.
So
We
why
have-
don't you list off the categories before we, all the various categories before we start nailing our nominations.
So just listing them?
Yeah, just list all the
Okay.
various awards we're going to be putting out today.
Alright, so the various awards we have, some of them are the stereotypical, like, ones you see for, like, the Academy Awards and stuff like that. And then we got creative with some of them. So the categories that we came up with, we have Best Director, Best Writing, Best Dub for a Video Release, Best Dub for a Broadcast Dub, because you gotta think about it, the broadcast dub is just the rough materials compared to the video release, so things could change between the two, so it kind of makes sense to put them in two different categories. Best Male Performance in a Dub for Drama, Best Female Performance in a Dub for a Drama, Best Male Performance in a Dub for Comedy, Best Female Performance in a Dub for Comedy, Biggest Surprise Performance, the Voice Acting Black Magic Award, because we have to have that one in there. The most underrated or the underdog, in a sense. Best new voice actor or one that probably should keep an eye on in the coming years. And then we also have worst acting, worst writing, and the worst dub of the year.
Now, in order for a show, or a dub specifically, to be eligible for these rewards, it had to have been released either physically or on a streaming service between January 1st and the end of this year.
And,
Yeah.
Well, December 1st was really the cutoff, but,
All right.
yeah.
No.
But,
Or
there-
December, because, I kind of want to do an honorable mention to Glitter Force.
Well, you can do an honorable mention.
Okay.
For us. We'll let you do that. It's mostly because the cutoff date was for December 1st for home video releases, mostly because,
Right,
we
right.
want to be able
Get it
to...
in time.
Yeah, we want to be able to watch as much as we can. Like, for me, in the past few months, I was trying to get through, like, a bunch of them, and the only ones I didn't get to finish were the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, Tokyo Ravens, and then I did not get to even touch Selector Infected, so
Yeah.
I just had a huge list. But, in terms of video release, again, like Hardy said, it was from the beginning, and it's a video release that, excuse me, it's an anime series that had a home video release with an English dub attached to it between the 1st of January and the 1st of December, and broadcast dubs are any of the ones that popped up this year, essentially. So, we did make some exceptions for a few of them,
Because
for-
Netflix.
Netflix is an exception.
Toonami is an exception.
Toonami is an exception, and then I believe the other exceptions are the second half of Yona of the Dawn, because that did air this year. Free Eternal Summer was also an exception.
Yes.
And that it can qualify for broadcast dub awards only because the home video release is not until February.
Right.
Thanks,
And
Lilac.
You're welcome. And then I think Durarara might be the only other exception because that technically was a broadcast dub on Crunchyroll. So those are really the exceptions to the rule in terms of the broadcast dub category. Of course, since the broadcast dub thing is still new anyway, it's going to be refined as it goes. So if we do this kind of thing again, we're going to refine it as it goes.
Which most likely will happen because I don't plan on not doing this the rest of next year with all the crazy shit.
Oh my god.
Looks at winter and cries.
And cries. Oh lord. But anyway, that's basically the gist of the categories and how we kind of broke them down between home video release and broadcast dub in order to like figure out what qualifies and what doesn't. So do we want to start talking about some of these categories?
Absolutely.
And our picks? So, of course, because we always want to end on a happy note, we're going to start with probably some of the more bad
shit
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So, we're going to start with the worst categories.
Right. Instead of the W Awards, these will be the Flubby Awards.
Yeah. Basically.
Your statue is made of garbage.
So we're going to start with worst writing for a dub. And with some of these, with the worst categories, it could be worst writing for either broadcast dub or home video release. There's no limit on that one. So, worst writing for a dub. Who wants to go first?
Me and Lilac share one, so we'll go last.
All right. I
This
guess
is true.
I guess I will go first. And these two are ones that you probably know about.
I already know one of them, and it's one of my picks too.
I have a tie. For the first, it is obviously J. Michael Tatum for Free Eternal Summer, because there was so much casual swearing, dude bros, and meme crap put into a show that did not need it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yep.
it just... I'm not the biggest Free fan at either, but man, it's just... He needs to be reined in.
You gotta admit though, even though you're not the biggest Free fan, you enjoyed the shit out of watching that dub with us.
I did. It was for the company.
It was great, which
Yeah.
eventually will be a video thing.
I was gonna swim the race,
But then I got high.
Like, that whole experience probably is one of the best things that
That
happened
was
this year, because it
fantastic.
did kind of happen during a really hard time for me.
Yeah.
And just listening to Noah react to Nagisa riding a whale was about the most... It was like watching a child staring in wonder and amusement
So
while
just
swearing.
just a little bit of context, because I haven't made this video and put it out yet. Over the summer, when the broadcast of the Free Eternal Summer dub was going on Funimation, the three of us, as well as Katie and Noah, every couple of weeks, the five of us would get together and we'd watch maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the dub
and drink to it.
Oh,
and
yes.
drink to it. And we recorded our commentary to it just to make like a fun highlight video later, which eventually I'll get to editing. But my god, it was a lot of fun. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, some of the jokes we're gonna have to cut out because they might offend more than a few people.
This is why it's gonna be a highlight video.
Right.
And not a long ass thing.
Got a good sense of the writing, by how annoyed I was getting at certain points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, now that the season 1 dub is up on Crunchyroll, from what I've heard, they still have the casual swearing that's completely unnecessary, but there were no reference to memes and no dude bro sorts of things. So,
Right.
and apparently it's still Tatum who wrote it, so apparently they had to rein him in.
It's like Tatum is the lead writer, and then I think the head writer is John Bergmeyer.
John Bergmeyer's the head writer for everything.
Yeah.
I think he's just, you slap his name, he's sort of like the executive producer when it comes to writing
He's
credits.
the
He just,
Ebisu of writing.
yeah. But anyway,
Origami!
but anyways, before we get too off track, yeah, I have a tie for worst writing.
Okay, so Tatum for Free Eternal Summer. What's your other one?
I did not think this dub was the worst written, but it's because of one infamous line.
Oh
That
no, I
Mr.
know where this is going.
Mr. Tyson Reinhardt had to slip into the dub of Prison School for no reason whatsoever other than to further his politics and agenda. that I was subjected to tons and tons of Gamergate whining over at the forums. I'm sorry.
Guys, in case you don't know or you're fairly new to Dub Talk, Hardy is an admin for the Funimation forums.
I'm a moderator.
Moderator, excuse me, moderator.
Yeah.
Still.
And so yeah, I mean,
can only imagine the hell that you went through.
You have no idea. Let me put it this way. I am not an SJW. I am not a Gamergater. I'm on the side of common sense. I choose not to take a side. However, I don't like being subjected to a bunch of angry people coming onto my forums and trying to start crap.
Yep.
So yeah, Tyson Reinhardt, the thing is, that line had no reference. It wasn't even referenced in the Japanese version. It was completely different. He decided to stick that in there just as a jab to Gamergaters because he wanted to pick at them. And, I mean, that was completely unnecessary. It was uncalled for, and it caused a lot of uproar. And yeah,
the fallout from the whole thing was just a complete mess.
It was a whole mess.
And honestly, some of the comments that Tyson had made,
and yeah, Tyson
they were
went on
rather
there,
unnecessary.
He kind of acted very inappropriately in response. So, so yeah, no, I mean, from what I understand, they talked to him and he learned his lesson. He's not going to do any references like that anymore. But yeah, that got me that's why I decided to give him the Flubby Award for worst writing.
It makes you wonder if they're probably going to switch that line for the home video release.
Most likely.
From what I've heard, they're probably not, but they still haven't decided yet.
Okay.
So that's just a little insider
That'll be
info.
Interesting to see what happens.
Right.
Negan, what did you have for worst writing?
Well, originally, because I thought it counted in this year, because the DVD came out for it last year, but the Blu-ray came out for this year, I was just going to give it to all of Diabolik Lovers, because that was rigid as fuck. Like, my god, it was incoherent and rigid, but it did spawn probably one of the best horrible out of context lines of all time.
Sharing is caring, man.
Ayato.
Don't you know sharing is caring, Ayato?
But yes, since the Blu-ray came out December 2014, it doesn't really count.
So I think Lilac and I both had the same one, and it's exactly for almost the same reason why Tatum's on here for Hardy, and why Tyson Reinhardt's kind of on here, but with less shitstorm thrown at them. You say it, Lilac.
Okay, I had 3, Tatum is 1. Before I get to my first choice, actually. My second pick was actually Chris Patton for Hamatora, Season 1. For some reason, I had heard a bunch of shit about, Chris Patton's writing for this dub. When I finally watched it, it wasn't bad. But there were some moments in the script where I was like, really, guys? Really? And it kind of threw me off a little bit with the show itself.
I guess I should mention this, Lilac, but Chris Patton is best friends with Stephen Foster, so that might have something to do with it. And he has defended his writing on several occasions.
Right, I know. I'm pretty sure Patton probably defended his writing here. And people are like making it to be an extremely terrible script. For me, it's not bad. There was just some moments and some lines where I kind of took me out of it a bit, but that's not the worst of it. For me, I would definitely really have to give this award to Clint Bickham and Clifford Chapman for Ultimate Otaku Teacher.
Really?
This is my reasoning. Because Hardy, you and I, we're like 2 of like maybe 5 people who enjoy that show.
Yeah.
The reason why I put Ultimate Otaku Teacher and Bickham and Chapman, it's a meme-filled fest, and in my mind, I'm thinking of like the longevity of it.
Yeah.
Like years down the line, are those jokes still going to stick?
Yeah,
with people?
I get it. That it's enjoyable right now because the difference between Prison School and Ultimate Otaku Teacher is you can put a bunch of memes in UOT, and they actually kind of make sense in regards to the subject matter. Whereas Prison School had nothing to do with anything. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. Is that it's going to be very, very aged years down the road. So yeah,
like things like Social Justice Warriors and
could be aged like Arbor Mist.
Yeah, Social Justice Warriors, and then there's like a variety of things that like they would throw in on every episode. And yeah, that's really my main concern is that it's gonna date the script later on down the line when you have people coming in and they don't know like what the fuck a Social Justice Warrior is, or like there can only be one. That was one that somehow I managed to pick up on. Freaking Highlander reference.
Hey,
And I
now,
was-
Highlander is ageless in more ways than one.
But
Indeed. But my point still stands, and that's really the main reason why I mostly have to give this worst writing award to Bickham and Chapin on that one.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
Okay.
It's still an enjoyable dub if you watch it today. because-
Absolutely. I know people don't like the show itself, but it's still fun. I enjoyed it. I think we can move on.
Right.
Is it time for worst acting?
I'm surprised.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised, Megan, you didn't say dramatical murder.
It
Oh,
was bad.
oh,
it was
just-
bad.
just-
But we're gonna get to that bridge.
Oh, okay.
Like, really, really quickly,
We're
too.
gonna get to that bridge very quickly.
Yeah.
Worst acting.
Gee, I might as well go first.
Yeah, you and I may as well go first, because we have the
First.
same person.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gabriel fucking Rigojo.
As Alba in Dramatical
Oh
Murder.
my fucking god.
My god.
Oh my god.
There's
Hardy,
this thing called emoting, and he doesn't really do it.
Hardy, if you don't understand, he sounds like a shitty Seth Rogen.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
You mean a shitty Seth Rogen?
Shitty Seth Rogen.
exactly, yes. But
like,
yeah, oh my god.
Christ.
We already had this
almighty.
conversation with Dramatical Murder, but, yeah.
For those of you who somehow skipped to this episode,
First of all, why did you?
too. But no, it's even beyond that. It's like even beyond that, his just acting is so subpar to the rest of his cast.
Absolutely. Like, even with the subject matter and the content, like, the majority of the cast went there. Do we need to bring up the OVA and then fucking Greg Ayres and David Wald and David Matranga? Matranga especially.
bites
holy
the man's
mother of God.
dick off and he seems unfazed.
Yes. Like, they just went
I
for
heard
it.
I have watched a show where I heard Dave Matranga make growly blowjob noises.
Now that's a Cards
yeah,
Against
we
Humanity
gotta-
card. That is a
gotta
Cards Against Humanity card right there. Growly
Oh, Hardy,
blowjob.
you're watching it on New Year's.
Yeah, you're watching the OVA episode on New Year's,
New
by
Year's.
the way.
Oh, I have something in response to that, and you are not ready. Just saying.
Like,
I need to
Like-
find something shitty on my shelf now.
like,
Yeah.
mother of fucking god, dude. Like, we'll bring this up with another award because everybody who knows me can probably read me easier than a Twilight book.
Yep.
Or like a children's, like, I don't know, a fucking children's book.
But yes.
But we'll get to that bridge and burn it
Yeah.
very, very hard later. But just, it was by far, like, you had to try to be as bad as this.
Yeah. But anyway, Hardy, your worst acting award, who did you give it to?
Well, normally I sort of default to Daryl Gilbo in this situation, but
Hey, be nice to my friend.
he's a great guy. I've met him. He's wonderful. I am not a fan of his acting.
You've never been a fan of his acting.
I never have. But in the few
Uh-oh.
snippets of Durarara X2 that I heard him in, he's better. So
Okay,
no,
that's good.
I'm not going to be giving him the worst actor award.
Good.
Um,
And who are you giving it to then?
I'm terrified now.
There is only one person that I can
Oh,
give this
no.
award to.
Oh no.
It's a little young woman. You may have heard of her, but she's not exactly famous for her voice acting.
Oh no.
I speak, of course,
Oh shit, I know where this is going.
of Jessica Nigri as Supersonico.
Oh! I
should've-
forgot that was
I
a
was
thing.
like, wait a second. I was like, wait a second. Oh shit, here it comes.
And
We're
the
just, like,
ironic-
pausing for dramatic effect.
The ironic thing is that Sentai Filmworks put such a big deal out of promoting Jessica as this character. They did
Yeah, they
special. Sentai never does special features for anything. They had like these really high quality professional special features where they interviewed her and did a photo shoot with her and did like outtakes with her and everything. But the acting is just bad.
Here's a little bit of context for people who may not be familiar with Supersonico. First of all, good on you for skipping it. I haven't
Second of
seen it.
all, Sonico is not hot. She looks like some sort of malformed balloon animal.
Third of all, Jessica Nigri, she's mostly well known as a cosplayer, and one of the cosplays that she has done is for Supersonico. and
Yeah.
that's actually one of the more well-known ones that she's done.
Yeah, and she's
So-
she's the official Sentai Filmworks model for Sonico, actually.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what helped her gain the role of Sonico.
And she has some previous voice acting credits for Ruby, but Ruby's
Mm-hmm.
voice acting in general is awful anyway, so just throw that out
Yeah.
the window. But
yeah, just a little bit of context there.
yeah, fuck Ruby.
Um,
Had to sneak that in there.
So Jessica Nabri and Gabriel Ragojo, you are probably nice people,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sorry.
You sucked this year.
this is bad. Sorry.
Even good actors have bad days,
Mhm.
but Jesus Christ, why did both
Yeah,
of you have
good
to be in Sentai
yes,
dubs?
good actors have bad days. Let's see. Eric Vale being sick for half of his recording of Death Parade.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
he was still fucking
Even
amazing
though
in
it
that.
worked in his favor. Oh my god.
God.
yes.
Anyway, let's move on to the worst dub of the year.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wonder what Megan's is.
I kind of want to go first because this is a big fuck you to Hardy.
Oh, what did you do, Lilac?
My worst dub of the year is "Want to Be the Strongest in the World." if people may not remember, Hardy and I had a bet when it came to the Ultimate Otaku Teacher Dub Talk episode, which we both lost, and we decided to subject each other with terrible shows of our own choosing. And Hardy made me watch "Want to Be the Strongest in the World," which came out on home video this year. So fuck
Megan
you,
was
Hardy.
smart and avoided this bet like a smart human being.
Has Zenith even watched High School DxD yet?
He did, and he liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So long as because he
Okay.
decided to subject himself to it.
Okay, does anybody else remember that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie runs out the back of the van yelling wild card?
Yeah.
I have
But-
not
That's
seen.
Zenith. That's our Zenith.
yeah.
Zenith
Nice.
is our Charlie.
Are you saying
Well,
Zenith
yeah.
cut my brakes?
Yes. But anyway.
Wild card, bitches.
Anyway. I was thinking for like one. I was thinking it was either gonna be this or maybe Dramatical Murder, but with Dramatical Murder at least the cast really gave a damn and Want to Be the
Gave
Strongest.
Matranga blowjob noises.
Want to Be the Strongest. The cast gave a damn about the show, but it was so obnoxious.
It was nothing but screaming in pain.
The show itself wasn't for me to begin with, and the dub didn't make it any better.
It's
Even
very
though I do have to
obnoxious
give
with
kudos to the
blowjob
cast for just
noises.
working with it. I do have to give them kudos. I'm just not a fan of the dub. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's why I picked it.
Right.
Gold star for trying.
Gold star for trying. A
Banana,
for effort.
a banana sticker.
Yes,
God damn
absolutely.
it, Hardy.
Anyway,
Who
wants-
was next? Me or Hardy?
I was like, who wants to go next? I don't care.
I will go next. I have a tie actually.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And it was hard for me. It was actually really hard for me to decide a worst dub this year because I didn't watch a lot of Sentai dubs. See, I don't have the Anime Network, so I can't stream Sentai dubs.
Yeah,
Um,
and like me trying to talk about Sentai dubs is difficult too.
Right.
I'm just starting to work on that.
And so the few I did watch, they've gotten better, but there was one in particular. A lot of people seem to really like this dub, and a lot of people seem to really like this show. I don't.
Okay.
And so one of my picks for worst dub is No Game No Life.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Put your pitchforks down, kids. Hardy will.
Yeah.
doesn't
Shots
talk.
fired.
Fired.
I didn't care for this show, and I just think, well, first of all, Caitlin French is not a good actress. I don't, she's just, bleh. She is the onomatopoeia, she's the living embodiment of bleh, in my personal opinion, when it comes to acting. No offense to Caitlin, but she just didn't do a really good job in this dub, and this dub wasn't really all that good. I think Scott Gibbs didn't sound that great. Scott Gibbs sounds like a poor man's Eric Vale, in my opinion.
It's funny you say that. Wasn't No Game No Life directed by Kyle Kobe Jones?
It was, and
Yeah.
the strange thing is, Kyle has done some great dubs this year,
Absolutely.
which we'll get to. And in fact, he did Outbreak Company as well, and I thought Outbreak Company was a great dub, all things considered.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I
I never got to finish No Game No Life, but then again, I dropped it, I think, after 2 episodes. I wasn't a fan of the show itself,
Yeah.
honestly.
Honestly, the dub, it's been really hard because most of the dubs I've seen this year have been really good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Agreed.
really pick out one that's just quote unquote bad, but
Same here. I had a hard time, too.
in my personal opinion, it was No Game No Life was one of the weaker ones, and then the other one I picked. Forgive me, Sunny Straight, but I just do not like Mikagura School Suite. I think it was
Aw.
terribly casted. There was a lot of miscasting, You don't cast Chris Rager as a Bishonen teen. I'm sorry.
What?
And you don't. Yeah, no. There is this
I did
blonde
not
character.
watch the dub for that. So
There is a character who is 7. He's like in a high school. He looks like a young Bishonen guy. He's tall, blonde hair, and they cast Chris Rager as him. Chris Rager, the voice that sounds like it got stuck in a black hole.
I'm trying to get that voice to line up with what you're describing, and it's not
It
working.
doesn't work. No. Look up the character's face afterwards, and you'll see. But I mean, it just. And then they cast Trina Nishimura as a character who's supposed to be a boy, and she plays him straight girly. He sounds like a
Ooh.
girl. I mean, I understand the whole point of the character is that he's supposed to be really girly. You have to add some bit of rasp to it. You have to make him at least somewhat masculine. No.
Is it a similar problem with what is it, Tia Ballard as Araki in Ultimate Target Teacher?
It's like that, except it's even worse, in my
Oh,
personal
God.
opinion. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then Sonny himself casts himself as the cute mascot with the annoying tick where he says Rui after every sentence.
Oh
So
God, how did
he
that
was.
go?
I couldn't make it past 3 episodes. I'm sorry. I love Sonny Strait as an actor. His directing needs some work. I know this was probably his first. I think this was his very first directing job. But yeah.
No, it is not.
Oh really? I know he did
No,
Prison
it's not.
School.
He
But,
he did a handful of Lupin films that Funimation had, and then
Ah.
before Mikagura School Suite, he did Maria the Virgin Witch.
I see. And Maria was pretty shaky dub too, but it got better.
Maria was pretty good, though most of it I kind of account that for Patrick Seitz is on the writing side.
Yeah. And so those are my 2 for worst dub: is Mikagura School Suite and No Game No Life. Otherwise, it's been a really good year for dubs.
It's been
Oh,
pretty
episode.
solid, yeah.
Yeah. What about
Okay,
you, Megan?
Megan, worst dub.
Unpredictable as fuck.
Yes, you are. What is it?
I have mine under the same thing that Lilac said. It's not that bad of a dub, like excluding one human being. But I hate more than anything to be disappointed.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
hate being disappointed.
this conversation again.
I really was disappointed with Chris Ayers' Dramatical Murder dub. I knew it was going to be bad. Like, that's what I signed up for.
But
I
not
knew what
this
I signed
bad.
up for. But I didn't expect to be upset and disappointed at some of it.
You wanted so bad it's good.
It's good.
You got so bad it's
Bad it's
disappointing.
bad.
Yeah.
I would have been, like, completely fine if they would have fucking gag dubbed it. That would have been great. That would have been hysterical. But the writing was bad, the direction was bad. There's a lot of people who were miscast a lot, like Nicaragua School Suite.
Oh, absolutely.
Or just given really weak direction.
I know we didn't have this conversation during the Dead Talk episode for it, but Clint Bigham would have
Bigham
been a
should have
better
been
fucking
Alba.
Alba. He would have been a better Alba.
Yeah, because I noticed that we forgot about it when I watched
Yep.
the episode. Clint Bigham was in the show for 5 minutes and did a better acting job than a majority of the cast.
Yep.
So I was just really upset at being disappointed. So for that, I think Dramatical Murder is the worst dub I watched this year.
Yeah.
I don't really have a second runner-up because I tend to not really watch
We try
things
not
that
to
are shit.
we try not to watch bad shows.
Yeah.
I try
we
not to watch
try.
shit.
Although potentially, it's possible that like something like Show Mean Sample or Skyward is probably shitty dubs too.
Skyward
Even though- even
number
though-
2, even though the cast and the directors are great.
Absolutely. It's just to show themselves.
I
So,
kind of wanted to punch Dawn Bennett's character in the face.
anyway.
With a truck multiple times.
Anyway. Let's
Now
move on
we just want to say to all directors and actors who might or may not be listening to this, you are all good people. We really respect everything you do.
Absolutely,
we know
we do.
It's hard. We're not making fun of you. These are just our opinions on the performance. Please,
We're just being critical. This is
Yeah.
constructive criticism,
Yes.
as you would say.
we are.
If I was going to be a flaming angry weeaboo, I would have gone nuts by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not, again, like we say all the time, we're not trying to personally attack these people. We understand that there's things that happen, they have jobs to do, it's just our opinions on the matter. And with that, let's get out of these worst categories and move on to something else.
Woohoo!
Something fun.
Something fun. Let's move over to the most underrated actor or actress, or basically the underdog actor of the year. I have 2 people, actually.
I have 3.
I have 2,
Okay.
but they're from the same show.
Okay.
Oh. Let's see. Megan, would you like to go first?
Sure, because both of mine are from the same show.
Make it easy.
Hardy's gonna know this one because I know he got to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, at least the female one of them, I've kind of really grown to appreciate her work in the last year.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My underrated performances are for Max Middleman and Erica Mendez as King and Deanne from Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
I did not, especially to talk about Deanne first. I really respect Erica Mendez as an actress. She's honestly the only reason I actually finished Kill la Kill. I adore her performances, and when I saw she was going to be Deanne, I was like, okay, how is this going to work? Because the only thing I really knew her was Ryuko, who has this lower, growly kind of voice. And then she's like fucking adorable as Deanne and also threatening. But for me, what really sealed it, and this is how I'm going to lead into Middleman, is when you get to do their backstory.
Oh, that brought me to tears.
You get to do King and Deanne's backstory. To which I may or may not have marathoned the last 12 episodes of Nanatsu no Taizai in a night before I was going to a con.
I still need to watch Seven Deadly
I
Sins.
was almost in tears because of Middleman.
I will say this. I'm so glad that Netflix put the entire series up at once, because that is the single most marathonable show I have seen in a long time.
Yeah. Like,
One-
it is a ridiculously good show.
So
to
what
watch.
you're telling me is I need to block out like a weekend in order to watch it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
You got to get past the main character's perviness, because he is pretty despicable. But
Okay.
Yeah, Meliodas is kind of a horrible, wretched person, but they're all kind of horrible, wretched people.
we love them regardless.
But we love them regardless. But I really, really did fall in love with Middleman's King, and I had maybe watched 7 episodes of the sub before I couldn't find anywhere to really watch it. I didn't have a Netflix account that I was able to get on. Thank you, Christine and your mom, for letting me whore out your Netflix account for Little Witch Academia and Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of Erica Mendez, she is girly in Little Witch Academia as well.
Yeah, but I honestly, I fell in love with Middleman's performance, and I frankly, that's why King became my favorite character.
And I think Max Middleman is actually rather new this year too.
Yes, he is rather new this year. I think he was also the lead in A Lull in the Sea. But
I think he was also, I want to say he voices either Slain or
he's one of the two fuckboys.
he's one of the
from
2
Alnoa
leads
Zero.
in El Noah Zero, if I remember right.
in shitty Lesser Code Diaz.
Basically, yes. Okay, let's see. Hardy, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
I'll go next. Yeah, I have three. One of them is not going to surprise you at all.
Okay.
But for mine, I had Dawn Bennett in her roles for Dance with Devils and Sky Wizards, because they're so incredibly different from one another.
Pomeranian Choir.
And I might as well
add potatoes in there too.
I might as well add potatoes in there, because
Ultimate Attack Teacher.
this one woman is able to pull off these 3 entirely different characters and have them all sound convincing. If you listen to all 3 performances, you would not be able to tell they're the same person. And yeah, I think Dawn Bennett's new, but she has already made like a huge mark.
Absolutely, she has.
On the
she probably started last year, if anything.
Yeah, I think she made her debut last year.
Because she's Frost in Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
So if anything, she probably started up last year.
Yeah, and so she's my first choice for most underrated. I'll only see her star growing brighter.
Absolutely, I do too.
Yeah. My second choice is Adam Gibbs for Parasite.
Hell yeah! I have Adam Gibbs as one of mine.
Yeah.
Adam Gibbs, yay!
I'll explain my reasoning in a minute here, but I'll let you go.
But yeah, no, I mean, because I think Parasite is one of the best dubs that Sentai has ever done. And he pulled off some major Kaneki vibes, but he was still able to make Shinichi his own character. And pull off both sides of Shinichi when he goes through his massive transformation. And
It's actually really funny you bring that up, because at least the writer from Tokyo Ghoul pays a lot of homage to Parasite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the 2 shows they're very, very similar to one another.
They're very similar to each other.
Yeah.
In more on a surface level, and a little bit of an undertone context, like thematically. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Megan, I don't mean to piss you off, but anime Shinichi would beat anime Kaneki Manga Kaneki.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Anime Kaneki would get his ass kicked. Manga Kaneki would not.
Yeah, there's the big difference. Even Route A Kaneki would put up a good fight, but he'd still probably lose.
Manga Kaneki, depending on what chapter you ask.
If he goes Kakuju mode, it's
Oh
game
no,
over.
we're beyond Kakuju mode at this point.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Ishina Sensei likes to rip out my heart, shit on it, stomp on it, and put it back and say it's okay.
That actually sounds like something that would happen in Tokyo Ghoul.
Probably.
I'm not gonna spoil stuff in case Ree ever does.
Anyway.
Which I think is
Anyways.
gonna happen.
Anyway.
Anyways, moving
Your
on
third
from the
pick.
yeah,
Your
third pick.
Hardy.
There's this actor. See.
I knew it! I knew where this was going!
And he always seems to just get put as these secondary characters. That's because he doesn't have the type of voice that goes with the typical high school kids. Even when he plays a high school kid, the kid is balls guy. He looks like he's freaking 40.
We love you, Drunk Uncle Marcus Stemick.
And so my choice is Marcus Stemick for The Heroic Legend of Arslan. And his balls guy Terasuka himself in Assassination Classroom.
What about Delico?
Delico is actually him altering his voice. Actually, I will say this, the best line that Marcus has done was as a one-off character in one episode of Ninja Slayer, to where he read this line, I'm like, that is freaking unbelievable. You have met yourself a new fan. And so yeah, those are my three: Don Bennett, Marcus Stemick, and Adam Gibbs.
You're laughing so hard over that.
Apparently, Hardy and I are on the same page, because the two I picked are two of yours as well. Like I said before, Adam Gibbs is one of them. Well, really, with both of these, I based most of this off of the fact that I had no clue who they were at the start of the year. And now by the end of the year, I know who they are, and they're stuck in my mind now. With Adam Gibbs, he was one of the more recent ones with Parasite, of course, as Shinichi. Nice from Hamatora, I think he did rather well with that role. And, freaking, Hiromi from Beyond the Boundary. Oh god, that was the best thing.
From another mother.
That was the best thing ever. And I'm so excited because Megan and I were gonna cosplay as Hiromi and Akihito for Anime
I'm being
Boston.
Aki, she's being Hiromi.
I'm Hiromi. It's gonna be great.
We're
But
gonna try to make Zenith Hiromi's sister.
we're doing gender switching of it
Yeah,
too.
Zenith will do it. He has cosplayed as Ryoko.
Oh yeah, we showed him.
That's why I also said Erica Mendez was. I actually didn't start watching Kill la Kill until it aired on Toonami.
Yeah. But anyway,
who's your second one?
Anyway, but yeah, Adam Gibbs. He's such a sweetheart, by the way. Such a nice guy. But yeah, basically, I had no clue who this guy was at the beginning of the year, even though he's been around for a few years now. I think he's really started picking up. I would think more this year than any other time, honestly. My other one. We're gonna bring back good old drunk Uncle Marcus, because, again, he is another one. I had no clue who this person was until you mentioned him, Hardy, when we talked about Assassination Classroom.
That's right.
And since then, Terasuka, Delico, and Jaswant, he's growing on me so much, to the point where I could recognize him. Like, with Arslan, when Jaswant was first introduced, and, occasionally I'll just, take a stab at who was voicing it, and I'll tweet it to Christopher Bevins. And I'm like, I'm gonna guess that Jaswant is either Marcus Stemick or Alex Organ. And before Christopher Bevins could even respond to me, Marcus Stemick favorited that tweet. So I was like, I'm gonna guess that it's Marcus. I'm starting to recognize him more now. I'm starting to recognize him more now, and I'm very much enjoying the work that he's done. He's made great strides this year. Absolutely has.
I want to say this. I said this 1,000 times on my Twitter. I really want him to play the lead in Dimension W. And now that it's confirmed for a broadcast up, because if you look at the main character and look at Marcus, he looks like him. He looks like him. No, seriously. When Marcus, when he grows out that
I would
beard,
be all for that.
Yeah.
Marcus, we need to take this to another level now. You need to have a leading role, sir.
You need to come on our podcast, damn it.
You need to come and
Come play
join
Cards
us
Against
for a
Humanity
day.
with us.
Yeah.
Because my god, it would be some funny shit.
Yeah. Now, this is an open invitation to Marcus Stimmick. If you would ever
Absolutely.
let us interview you, please, we would love to do, because we're trying to take the show, we are trying to take the show to another level, and we would love to start interviewing people.
Or
We
hell,
would be-
any of the voice actors that we know that listen to this podcast. I'm pretty sure like Felicia Angel and Megan Emmerich, anyone.
Yeah.
God's Will, if you're at Funimation.
Yes.
God's Will, we know you listen to, you bastard.
Don't call
Anyone,
God's will
we
a
would love
bastard.
to have
That
you
man
on
is an
board.
angel.
Fine, God's Will, you angel, get over here.
We would, again, open invitation. We would love to have you. Absolutely.
Also, open invitation to play Cards Against Humanity against us because I want to kick your ass like I've done to Elizabeth Maxwell, Austin Tyndall, Jessica Calvero, and Matt Mercer.
Yeah.
We need a recreation of the anime deck.
I will tell you this, Megan. Amanda Winley will still kill you.
Bring it on.
But
Oh.
anyway, yeah, those Marcus and Adam are my two picks for most underrated voice actors of the year because now I know who these two individuals are after this whole year, and I'm very excited for that.
Now what do we do?
Let's see. Because this episode's gonna be like 2 hours long.
Well,
3 hours if we're at this rate.
Yeah. Anyway, so much derailing. Let's talk about the best writing for a dub this year.
Okay.
This can be either video release or broadcast dub.
Yeah.
I only have one.
I have 2.
I had two. I had two individuals, though one of which is for 2 shows.
Yeah.
See, I had one because everybody is going to assumingly default what my favorite show to what my favorite fucking anime is.
Gee, I
Because it
wonder.
got a home release this year, and I will say that it was very well written, so thank you, Josh and Monica.
For Tokyo
But my-
Ghoul.
Yeah. But my overall number one, and this is probably going to surprise you, was Patrick Seitz for Maria the Virgin Witch.
Oh, absolutely. I can agree with that.
I did not get to finish Maria the Virgin Witch, unfortunately.
Maria's
I've
good.
been very busy. But I will say this. My favorite character in Maria is Priapus.
Oh, Jerry.
Priapus the dickless owl. I have never heard dick jokes written so masterfully in my life.
Who wants to climb the mountain?
Like, Patrick Seitz deserves an Oscar for writing dick jokes and sex jokes.
Here's the other. This is the
He
other.
deserves a SAG award for dick joke writing.
Hey, a SAG award or a SAC award?
Oh.
Just, he went so hard for this.
I can
So-
agree that Maria was really well written because some of it also was because you're dealing with a show that's also set in France, and how it was also written was that you have French words being spoken by the characters, and that was really good writing, and also trying to like match the lip flaps of it and everything. So
It's also really still very respectful of the material.
absolutely,
It's hard material to write for because it is a touchy subject.
Damn it.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a very sensitive subject show.
Yeah.
I'll also extend this because he's also part of the writing team for that, and fortunately that episode is still in limbo. Patrick Seitz's writing for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is also very well done with the team over there. If that episode ever sees the light of day,
Maybe
do talk about it.
we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
But anyway, so you say Patrick Seitz.
Yes, Patrick Seitz for Maria.
I'll go next, I guess.
Right.
I have 2. One is Bonnie Clunkenbeard, for Death Parade and Noragami. I think she's writing the 2nd season, I think, as well.
I had her for Death Parade as well. That was one of mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about her several times before. Her take on ADR scripting is very faithful to the original, with Death Parade especially. Because that is that's probably a very difficult show to try and write for. Considering the context and all of the
Yes,
everything
definitely.
in there. So that one was really well written, and Noragami most as well because like some of the jokes in there were kind of out there, but also some of the context and some of the more emotional moments. Those are
yeah.
so tough, and I have to commend Bonnie for that as well. And my other pick for best writing, I'm gonna basically read it as is. Whoever the hell wrote BBB or Blood Blockade Battlefront, because we don't know who the fuck wrote Blood Blockade Battlefront right now. And my god, that show was amazing. I love the writing for that one. It was great. That was another one that had very emotional moments and fun moments as well, and
And a lot of comedic moments, too.
It has so much energy.
Power of the
It
D.
has so much energy that one wrong move in either the writing or even the directing front, which we'll probably get to in a minute, and you could have a disaster.
Yeah.
So I commend whoever wrote the script for Blood Blockade Battlefront as well.
Yeah.
Whoever you may be, mystery person. We'll find out one day.
We'll watch us find out it's Tatum.
Oh, God. If it's Tatum, my God. But yeah,
We will all be eating humble pie.
absolutely. But those are the two I picked for best writing. Hardy. Who do
Yeah,
you-
I'm with you on Bonnie Clinkenbeard for Death Parade. I think as far as staying faithful to the material, it was the best dub this year. That
Absolutely.
because I really loved
Best
just
written
the
dub.
whole experience. I really loved the acting. I really loved the
Absolutely.
script. Everything was really great. My second choice is probably going to throw you for a loop because neither of you girls watch this show, but I
Okay.
am in love with it. It's not exactly a good show. In
Uh-oh.
fact, some people absolutely hate it, but you just it's one of the shows to where I will allow the "you just didn't get it" excuse. Normally, when people pull out the "you just don't get it" excuse, it's a cop out. For this one, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
My choice for best writing is for Tyler Walker for Ninja Slayer.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ninja Slayer, but I can see probably where you're going with this.
People normally would think this was a terribly written dub. These people are wrong. It was done this way entirely on purpose. It sounds like an early 90s dub from like Manga UK or Streamline Pictures, that like an early VHS release.
The way I've seen the few clips of Ninja Slayer, it
Mm-hmm.
absolutely has that old nostalgic vibe to it.
And that's
Absolutely.
that is what's so beautiful about it. It's just it's bad, but it's done so well. I mean,
It's so bad it's good.
it surpasses so bad it's good. It's so awful it's amazing. And just yeah, I mean, they snuck in a Rickroll joke in there and nobody noticed. And
Really?
What?
No,
Nice.
they snuck in a Rickroll reference and it just made the show better. It's
Oh my
that
God.
type of show to where you can put memes and you can put just these dumb jokes and references and it works.
I'm gonna have to watch the Ninja Slayer finally, aren't I?
It's the entire thing is available now and the episodes are
Yeah,
only
I
like
know.
half length. It's a dumb
Okay, it's a shorter one. Okay.
It's a shorter yeah. It's a dumb show. It's poorly animated, but then goes to amazingly animated, like at the spur of a moment. But yeah, that's my choice for best writing for 2015, along with Death Parade.
Okay.
So yeah,
moving
watch
on.
Ninja Slayer.
Hoi!
Yeah.
Yurt!
Recite your death haiku before it is too late.
Yurt!
Yeah. Washoi.
My God, what is this?
Hold my beer.
I swear, when the three of us get together, God knows what happens. Let's move on to best.
And then we
director
started
for-
drinking tequila.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already done with both of my drinks.
Let's move on to best director for a dub, and this is also can be for home video release or broadcast dub. Can we just get this out of the way because we know it's
What?
gonna be
Yeah.
an
It's
obvious
Mike
pick.
McFarland.
Mike McFarland, of
McFarlane.
course. Basically anything he directed this year.
That's what? Tokyo Ghoul, BBB, Noragami,
Oh, he
Attack
did
on Titan
Attack on
Junior
Titan,
High.
Attack on Titan.
Junior High. Yeah.
Well, Attack on Titan came out on video last year.
Attack on Titan Junior High is legit though.
Junior High counts though. Let's see, what else did he do? The type of
It-
mention Neptunia, even though I'm not a fan of the show itself, and I haven't seen the dub. What else did he do this year? He's back on One Piece again.
Your turn, Mike.
Yay! But yeah, obviously Mike McFarlane's the obvious pick for this award, as we
Yeah.
all know. But
Yeah, for all three of us, really.
yeah,
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So now that that's out of the way.
that's
do-
out of the way.
I've got a
I
couple
do-
honorable mentions that I'd like to do.
Same
I do
here.
have two other choices as well.
Mhm.
I went first like the last two times.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Hardy, how about you go first?
I would like to put out honorable mentions to Zach Bolton for Death Parade, because Zach can be pretty hit or miss, but this time I think he really nailed it.
Oh, he nailed it this time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He really did Death Parade really well. And also, I'd like to put out an honorable mention to Caitlin Glass for Noragami Arigato, because she is actually following up for Mike McFarlane. She's taking his
Absolutely.
place while he's busy. And I honestly think Caitlin has done some great directing work. She's sort of, in my opinion, the apprentice to Mike McFarlane.
In a sense, I can agree with that. Didn't the two of them?
They worked on Full Metal Alchemist a lot too.
Yep, they co-directed
And
the.
Oron.
Yeah.
They co-directed. No, well,
I think they
McFarlane was the
co-directed
writer for Oron, if I remember
So he
right.
helped.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought the co-director of Full Metal Alchemist was Colleen.
It was
It was McFarlane.
and it was McFarlane and Caitlin for the original. No, McFarlane and Colleen for the original, and then it was Caitlin and McFarlane for Brotherhood. If I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah. And I'm
But
listening.
Yeah, absolutely, I can agree with that.
I'm listening to Aragoto, and there is no difference between the
Oh,
style.
None
It-
at all.
There are
It's-
certain points where I think it actually exceeds the original.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they weren't able to get the full cast. Like, I don't think Shelby Lindley was able to come back, but there were minor characters that they had to replace it for the cast, anyways, and you really don't even notice.
Yep. And the
But-
new casting choices too are phenomenal.
Well,
Holy
Caitlin,
shit, thank God Brian Massey's back.
Oh my God, yes.
I want to mention this. Have you girls ever noticed Brian Massey plays his characters who look like Brian Massey?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Does he also run around half shirtless with a rabbit?
I would
Like-
not be surprised.
Like with Noragami, arigato, slight update, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Brian Massey as Okuni Nushi, and then John Bergmeyer, who we have not heard in a good long time either. He is playing Ebisu.
However, we still don't know who Fuck You Senpai is.
That's this coming week. But anyway.
I refuse to call him by his actual name because fuck that guy.
But anyway, Caitlin Glass is one of my picks for Best Director as well, for Noragami, as well as Show by Rock, actually.
I had Caitlin also for Show by Rock.
Yeah.
Show by Rock was just a bundle of fun.
Show by Rock was a great dub. I'm still critical of Caitlin herself as Returi, but that's neither here nor there.
I guess I'm also going to throw this out because I have to talk to my Twitter father, my homeboy Chris
Chris
not
Bev-
Chris Evans.
Captain America!
You wish, Chris Evans.
I wish. No, but Chris Bevins, I fucking adored Gangsta. Even though Gangsta was kind of an incoherent mess as a show.
Yeah.
Um,
My other pick was actually Chris Bevins as well, but but I picked him for the Heroic Legend of Arslan and Ping Pong the animation actually. Arslan, I liked. It was a rough start, sure, but it grew and it developed a lot more. I'm very excited for the second season. And Ping Pong, my God!
I am getting Ping Pong in the mail.
First of all, why did I not watch this show when it was airing? And second of all, these are some really good performances that are in there. Like,
You know-
freaking Marcus Stemmick is in there, and he's actually a decent-sized character too.
You want to know what my favorite? I've only seen a few episodes of Ping Pong, but you know who my favorite actor in that show is?
Is it Aaron?
Please
No,
tell me
it-
it's Aaron.
It's the Chinese guy.
Oh yes, absolutely. Because what they did with that, they got someone who can actually speak Chinese
Mhm.
to read the lines. It's not like they didn't do it as the original Japanese. They didn't do some sort of English kind of deal. They found someone who could speak Chinese, and they put him into the role.
And he's actually a really good actor.
He did really well with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I
So
also have one more that may surprise Hardy.
Okay.
Especially after my little tangent earlier.
Oh, what did you do, Megan?
I have to give Chris Ayres props for Beyond the Boundary.
oh yep, I can agree with that too.
I thought Beyond the Boundary was fantastic.
It's amazing, yes.
It is a very good dub, and it's probably another one of Sentai's best.
Chris can do really, really, really well, but he can also do really disappointing work. I think that's the case for every director at Sentai. Is
Yeah,
they have
their good days and then they have their bad days.
like Kyle Colby Jones disappointed me with No Game No Life, but he's doing really well on Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not. We don't have the sort of coherency that the Funimation directors do. Like McFarlane, everything he touches is almost everything he touches is gold. He's flopped maybe once or twice to where I'm like, yeah, I don't really agree with that, but for the most part, he's very consistent.
Absolutely.
There was only one other person who I would maybe put on this list as an honorable mention, but that's only because I think I enjoyed the show more as it went along. I kind of have to give props to Jerry Jewell for Seraph of the End.
Absolutely.
Like, never more have I enjoyed a show that stupid.
I also would probably have to give Jerry Jewell props for Defrag as well.
Defrag was hilarious.
Defrag was amazing, and I
Yeah.
think
Sarah
and
at
I
the
think
end is unintentionally
and I think
hysterical.
yeah, Tatum wrote the script for that, I think, too, actually. And that script was actually pretty good, so
Yeah.
but yeah,
we've
props to
dawdled on
Jerry.
this for a little bit.
Yeah.
Props to Jerry for that. So I think we can move on.
Yeah. What's up
Let's-
next, President?
Present, huzzah. Let's move on to best new voice actor, or
I want to go last.
or kind of a flip side to it, like a voice actor to look out
Okay.
for.
Actually,
I'm going last with my male
Can I
pick.
please-
Oh, we already know what yours is.
We already know who Megan's picking.
I have two, and one is Megan's pick. So,
all right, me. Is it me?
if you want,
I guess, unless you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
say who.
Okay.
You already know who I picked for the guy.
All right, for best new voice actor, it's ironic I picked him because
Oh, did you pick him too?
I think I did. If we're all talking
Can
about
I
this
just
thing,
say who it is?
is it
Go
Justin?
ahead, just do it. Just do it.
Did we all pick Justin Briner?
We did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, guys.
The guy who basically at the start of the year had nothing, and then Seraph happened,
See,
and then Gangsta happened, and
see,
then Heavy Object happened, and Arslan, and my God.
and Heavy Object was the one that got me over to his side finally. Because when I
Okay.
first listened to him in Seraph, I was not a fan. Because
Yeah, we had an argument over that.
We
There was a
did.
discussion.
no, we didn't have an argument. We had a honorable disagreement because we weren't yelling and screaming at each other.
Discussion. You had a discussion.
We had a
A
discussion,
debate.
yes. Because
Which I was a lot more lenient on him, but I
yeah,
adore Mika and his stupid vampire
Yeah.
face, so I was kind of like, okay.
yeah. The reason I was so hard on him was because in those early episodes he was trying to voice young Mika, and it sounded really, really awkward. But now that he's actually able to use his regular voice, he's
Holy shit.
he's got. I would describe him as like part Spike Spencer meets Jerry Jewell with a little bit of Eric Scott Kimmerer thrown in for good measure. And I think it really works. And this is why, I mentioned this, he plays Cloud in Final Fantasy VII Mush Unabridged. Totally over the top because it's a comedy series. But I want to see him play Cloud legit. And so I did this whole thing last night where I cast the entire cast of Final Fantasy VII as Funimation regulars, and I put Justin as Cloud, and he said, like, this would be so awesome, thank you. And yeah, no, I really like him in Heavy. I know you girls aren't watching it, but I like how he and Micah play off each other so well in that.
Him and Micah play off each other so
Really
well.
in anything.
In the 4 shows that Justin did this year, 3 of them he plays off of Micah.
Yeah, but
That would be Heavy Object, Gangsta, and
Sarah.
yeah, I think that's best in Heavy Object because it's like a buddy cop movie.
Right.
And Quinther and Heavy are so different. They're always volleying back and forth, and it works so well. So yeah,
and then personally, I have to give him props for Arslan, where like if you wanted to use the argument of he gets to play off of Micah, so he's fine. If he doesn't play off of Micah and Arslan,
he plays off of Aaron.
he plays off of Aaron. He plays off of Christopher Bevins. He plays off of Jade Saxon, and he does really, really well. Like I loved Alum like a lot in that show. It took a minute, but
He also plays off of Ryan Reynolds too.
this is correct. He does.
Not that Ryan Reynolds.
Not that Ryan Reynolds.
And even going into the whole argument, he only plays off of Micah. That's not like, necessarily true, at least for Seraph, because despite the whole Mika thing,
He mostly
he's
plays
not.
off of.
They don't see each other a lot. They actually, I believe. I don't want to say it because spoilers at this point, because I've finished the simulcast, and by the way, that ending is complete what the fuckery. It is going to be insanity. Chad James is going to go nuts.
But in the case of Seraph, like he plays
a lot off of all people.
He plays a lot off
Eric
of
Vale.
Yeah, Eric Vale, Monica Real, Aaron
Dave
Roberts,
Trosco.
and it's Alex Organ, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Alex
He
Organ.
doesn't play off of Micah all that much, actually.
And I for one, I really do adore his Michaela, or Mikaela if you ask Eric Vale's Farrod.
Oh,
Fuck you,
Farrod.
Farrod. Fuck you, Farrod. As of today's episode, fuck you, Farrod.
Stop.
But I really enjoyed his performance, and I've kind of made this thing before that of all the things, Justin Briner has actually played off of my favorite to say 3 different times this year. He's played off of, he's Ono Kensho's English counterpart once, and he's actually Natsuki Hayane's counterpart twice, of all things. So I really enjoy watching him get to play characters that I like because my other favorite actors play them in the Japanese. And I think he does an amazing job, and I really want him to do more things, too.
Yeah.
Good on you, Justin.
You can do
For the
it!
love of God, if they ever do Tokyo Ghoul Re as an anime, I want him to be Urie so bad. I want him to be that little fucking asshole so bad.
Yeah.
Just because I want to see him play like a
Anyway.
fucking asshole.
Anyway,
Anyway.
before, one thing to add, he actually does song covers on YouTube.
Please, God, let him sing the Seraph ending.
You can always ask him. He mainly does, like, pop songs, like American
please
English
God,
and stuff.
can he be in Star Mew?
Please, God, let him be Kencho's character in Star Mew and let Micah be Hayane's.
No,
It'd be like my
I
dream
have
come
Micah.
true.
I see Micah somewhere else. Who did I put as who did I put?
Don't you shit on my dreams.
I have Tyndall in that role, I think. But anyway.
Okay, that's also
Anyway,
acceptable.
do we have any honorable mentions for best new
Men?
voice actor of the year?
I have an
'Cause
honorable
I
I have an honorable mention, but I want to do mine dead last.
Okay. I don't know if any of them are the same.
I have one for a female, but that's it.
Yeah. I'll go first for this one. My honorable mention would have to go to Megan Emmerich. Though, to be fair, we did find out that she actually is not new as a Blood Blockade Battlefront. She's been voice acting for a little while. Like, with Blood Blockade Battlefront, my god. White was absolutely amazing, and I loved it. So, definitely I would have to... She's on my radar in terms of up-and-coming voice actors, for sure.
Still crying over that.
No. Megan.
Oh, for girls?
Well, any honorable mentions, yeah.
Dawn Bennett.
Oh, yes! Absolutely.
Pomeranian Choir.
Basically,
Mistress
for
of
all
Dawn
the
Bennett,
reasons that Hardy mentioned
that you all listed before.
Yeah. My honorable mention, and it's doesn't really count because he's not technically a voice actor yet, but I have to put this out here.
Okay.
You go, Chad. You follow your dreams.
Yay!
Honorable
Chad
mention
James
to
for
Chad
Seraph at the
James.
end.
At Vampire 15A, you will live forever in our hearts.
Blood.
This blood.
Blood.
Yeah. No, I honestly think Chad actually has some potential chops, and I would love to see him be in bigger roles eventually.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But we'll see
Because
what happens.
he does so much
You hear
voice
us,
acting for
buddy.
Screw Attack anyways. He's, as Boomstick, and he's always doing voiceover for them. To be honest, he'll probably show up in an episode of Ruby eventually, but fuck that show. But
But yeah, I can agree with that. It would be cool to see Chad James do more stuff.
yeah.
It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. These next two are performance categories. We're gonna start. Both of them are females. We're gonna start with best female performance in a dub for drama.
Because
For a
ladies
drama
first.
series. Ladies first. I'll go first. It's been a while since I've gone first. I picked two. I had Alexis Tipton for Maria the Virgin Witch. That one was kind of a surprise. I did not expect it to be Alexis, and she definitely pulled it out considering some of the content and the stuff that Maria goes through in the series. So I have to give her props. But
So
I have
a virgin witch pulled it out, you say?
absolutely she did.
She didn't pull out Priapus.
She whipped it out, man.
But just not Priapus.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
But I would have to say
Thank you, Black Jesus.
but I would definitely have to say the larger individual that I have to give this award to would be Jamie Marchi for Death Parade. Absolutely, Jamie Marchi.
I had the feels.
Absolutely, like
I had the
this is
feelies.
something different that I heard Jamie do, and she pulled it off fantastically. Especially the
Feels great,
emotional
has no
parts that
break.
the mysterious woman goes through.
I remember having such a hard time coming up with a voice actress for her when we were originally doing our
Yeah.
predictions. And when I heard it was Jamie, I'm like, I don't know. And then I listened to her. I'm like, yeah, that actually works. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
I can see you with that.
It's actually really funny because I have a honorable mention for somebody from Death Parade, but it was a one-episode character.
Oh God.
Mostly because it scared the living shit out of me.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
guess, cause I'm gonna guess, cause may as well. let
Lilac
Megan go
knows
with
this
it.
scares me to
It's fucking Detective Guy, isn't it?
death. Is Detective Guy a woman?
Oh, sorry.
She's referring to Monica Rial
Monica Rial.
Oh,
in the
that's right.
arcade episode.
Monica in the arcade episode scared the living
Yep, in the arcade episode
shit.
against who was it? It was Ian Sinclair. Yup.
That episode is to date one of, like, okay, everyone gives the detective episode for being, like, the detective two-parter for being, like, super intense. No, it was the arcade episode.
That shit was intense.
Oh
My god. And Monica used her big girl voice too, by the way.
Yeah.
That was just such a fucking terrifying and heart-wrenching performance, honestly.
Hell hath
I
no
guess-
fury than an ex-reality show star who's also a mom of 5.
Yep. So, Hardy, you go next, or do I get to go next? Because I'm already talking.
Well,
Did
you may
you-
as well finish yours.
Didn't you, yeah, you had 2, didn't you?
Yeah, my actual pick was something a little bit more recent, and it was Elizabeth Maxwell for Bishamon in Noragami.
Ooh,
Arc.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck!
Absolutely, now that you say that.
I just
Like-
want to say that scream of pain.
Oh my god.
It might have been one of the most raw and real things I've heard in an anime in a long time.
That whole first half of Arigato, and with her and Eric Vale's Cosmo, my god.
When that scene happened
Ugh.
and you saw that outpouring of emotions, I'm like standing here going,
Like mouth
Jeez.
hitting floor.
Like, you get, like, I think that's one of the times where I hate to compare across languages. I really do. But I felt more emotional conviction from the English.
Absolutely.
And I've met Elizabeth Maxwell in person before, and she's a very awesome person. Very, very kind, very nice.
she's also kind of cute too.
She's very pretty in real life. And I told her, I'm like, if they ever make an Origami season 2, beware. And I don't know if she believed me or not.
Oh, she probably took that to heart.
Oh my god, holy Christ. And a lot of people don't, I think a lot of people didn't realize that when I was like, oh shit, they're gonna do the best arc in the manga. Like, oh my god, it's so good. Like, it has to be heard. And I know this because I did a review on the first season on my normal channel, and a lot of people gave the dub a lot of shit. Go watch the dub. It's really fucking
The dub
good.
is for Noragami is really good.
It is,
It
yeah.
really is.
It is a phenomenal cast all around. Like, all of the characters do
Just-
it. All of the actors
Just
are amazing.
in general, Noragami is good anime. I mean,
Yeah.
if in general, it's good anime. It's
Can I just say for like 2 seconds the dub though? This past broadcast dub episode that came out. Jason Lebrecht though.
Liebrecht.
Yeah.
Lebrecht, whatever. As Yato.
Whatever your
And when
fucking
he
name
gets
is.
the shine from Hyuri, my god.
I think Lilac and I watched it together, and I'm just like trying to hold it
Yeah, me
together.
too.
They're like, lie down on side, try not to cry, cry a lot.
Cry anyway.
Ah!
Cry. Have you ever seen that GIF from Parks and Rec with Leslie Knope crying and the mop is petting her?
No,
I'm pretty sure that's what people do to me all day.
yeah.
Anyway.
All right, my turn.
Yes, your
Yes,
turn.
Hardy's turn.
I had 2. Best female performance in a dub. One
Drama.
or drama, sorry.
Dub for drama, whatever.
Right. One of them is a woman playing a girl. The other is a woman playing something not of this world.
Oh, okay, that'll be interesting.
It's a tie, actually.
Okay.
For one, I had to give our lovely mom her props because I just absolutely fell in love with Shinoa from Seraph of the End.
Oh, Felicia!
I've converted you to trash!
Yay!
Yes,
I've
Felicia
converted you to
Angel is
trash
such an
land.
adorable little troll, and she's just,
Great!
Hardy, Felicia's about to kick your emotional teeth in a couple of
I imagine so, yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, to be
So is Justin.
Yeah. I used to be really critical of Felicia back when I first heard her. I think the first show I ever heard her in was Devil's a Part-Timer, and I'm not the biggest fan of Emmy. But having heard her as Shinoa, this is the role she was born to play. And honestly, I love her as Shinoa, and I love Shinoa as a character. And my dream is to have Shinoa team up with Karma from Assassination Classroom,
Fuck yeah.
where they do
Yes.
nothing but go into other people's shows and troll and harass them.
Absolutely.
It's
If
like the anime
10 to 10
equivalent,
would watch
the
again,
anime
yeah.
equivalent of Jackass or something.
Yeah. If we were going to go back to like the most the like new voice actor or voice actor to watch, like in terms of like actors to watch, I would definitely put Felicia on there.
Mom.
Like Shinoa and then Alex from Gangsta, that's a good one. But mostly because she's also now crossing into the directing field.
Right. And she's actually doing really good with directing because she turned Sky Wizards into something that wasn't complete crap.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
That is a feat.
Yeah.
so,
That is some magic right
yeah,
there.
so gotta definitely give Felicia her props. And what was your other
Can we
performance?
give a Black Magic Directing Award?
Yes.
We might have to make that for next year.
Mm-hmm.
What was your second, your tie?
Lilac. That's cold.
It took a second.
Yes.
I don't get it.
This is
That's
a character who
Shinichi.
Shinichi,
Shinichi, that's cold.
Yes, this is a character who wants to make your sexual organ erect.
Oh no, Parasite! Ah!
Brittany Karbowski is Migi.
Right. Because she came out, I was expecting it to be Monica, and I learned it was Brittany, and then I heard Brittany. I'm like, this is the best character in the entire show, bar none.
Absolutely.
So,
She knocks it out of the park, and I've only seen the first few episodes. She knocks it out of the park.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it just,
Absolutely.
I have nothing else really to say, but she just nails that whole sort of alien, and it's so robotic, but that's a good thing.
Because it also evolves along the way,
Right, yeah.
which is great.
Migi is sort of like a baby who is gradually growing up, and as she goes further and further, Migi becomes more and more, I don't want to say human, but more understanding. And I just think Brittany just absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that right there. I completely
I
forgot
wasn't
about it.
scared to watch Parasite.
I should have tried to finish or at least catch up on the dub, because it's probably about halfway through on Toonami right now. But, anyway, yeah, definitely, I would definitely put Brittany in there too. So moving on. Best female performance in a dub for a comedy.
I'll go first.
You want to go first? Okay.
I'll go first. My issues with the prison school dub aside, Alexis Tipton as Hana, bitch crazy.
Oh god.
Pee on me!
Just so people know, Megan and I, we didn't watch Prison School. But we did watch the last Double Talk episode where they talked about
The
their
clip
favorite
show.
moments
The clip show.
from the past year. One of which involves Prison School. And
Two of them
Tyndall
involve Prison
and
School,
Alexis and cups to penises.
And cutting off
yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah. Me and Megan are like, what the
What the
fuck?
I was like, what? I think my exact answer was, yo, what the fuck? It's like,
Yeah,
Satan,
and
dude,
then
you
in
were
the double talk
elected.
chat, she's like, yo!
Oh.
And I just want to say, never has any actress before now pulled off such a transformation for going from sweet and adorable to I will beat you up to I'm going to cut off your penis so fluently. So,
Does
yeah.
she work in emotions like most people work with paints or clay?
I don't even know what you just said, but probably.
She's in a glass case of emotions.
Have you never seen A Christmas Story?
I've seen it.
My dad works and swears like most people would, like most artists work in paints and clay.
It has been years since I've seen it. So you have to.
I live in a
Anyway.
household where you watch it once a year, so.
I see. I don't celebrate Christmas. That's
Oh,
what
that's
a lot
right,
of people
sorry.
don't forget. So I mean,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay, anyway, did you have any other performances that you enjoyed for females in comedy?
I do, but it goes into my voice acting Black Magic Award. So,
Oh, I bet I know where it's gonna go.
so yeah, I'm going to.
Even though it's one of my picks.
Yeah,
I think
I'm gonna-
I might ruin Hardy's Black Magic pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might probably ruin it too.
Yeah.
Megan, do you want to go next?
Question: does it still count if they're playing a boy?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean,
And Lindsay
My-
Seidel as Nagisa.
For Assassination Costume, yep,
Yep.
I agree with that too.
I almost picked her as mine. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lindsay Seidel as Nagisa. Because I honestly could not pick anything else. Because I didn't want to say like the Stifton because I didn't watch Prison School. I've seen the one clip where he's like, where Tyndall like puts a glass cup on his dick and is like, "We're gonna do it." They're taking off pants.
There's
like,
fluids everywhere. I'm not gonna
fluid
say what it is.
everywhere. Eric Vale may or may not have shat his pants again.
And bust out some massive rhymes while he's at it.
I need to find.
I need to call the ambulance.
No, that's Dance with Devils. Wrong
gross.
show.
Shut up. So yeah, Lindsay Seidel as Nagisa was mine because I really liked it and I was really convinced by it. I liked
She's the chameleon after all.
Absolutely.
human chameleon Lindsay Seidel.
Did you have any other picks for that category, Megan?
Nope, just Lindsay Seidel.
Okay, I had Lindsay Seidel for Assassination Classroom as well, but I also had Bryn April for Show by Rock.
Yeah, she was good too. I liked Bryn.
Absolutely.
I liked Bryn more for the few times that she sang, because
Absolutely.
when they sang together at the bathhouse, I'm like, I'm in love.
That was magic right there. It was
Were
her,
you in
Alexis,
love
and
because of them
Caitlyn.
singing, or because
That-
Rettery was in a bathing suit?
Both.
Both.
It's
was-
fun.
You're
that was-
not wrong.
That
It-
was pure magic with the three of those girls
I
singing.
would
That
like to
was-
point this out.
Yes.
I find it nothing less than ironic that Rettery is the one who's the shyest one, and yet she has the most revealing swimsuit.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Question.
But yeah,
Am I allowed
I
to
put...
consider the show a comedy?
I consider it a comedy.
I
No,
consider
not
Shingon
it.
Crimson's is a
Something
thing.
else.
Shingon
Something else.
Crimson's is a thing.
No,
Oh my
something
god.
else.
Oh, what?
Because I'm tempted to say Alex Moore's Mitsuba. Because it's not my favorite performance.
Honorable
God damn it,
mention!
Mitsuba
Throw it
is
as an honorable
trying.
mention and call it a day. We love you, Alex Moore. Anyway,
Remember, kids, you cannot cook eggs with alcohol.
Like hell, you can't.
Nobody tell Mitsuba, she's not technically wrong.
Like I will find a way.
Hardy's gonna experiment now.
Hardy, please don't burn your house down with Jack Daniels and eggs.
I make no promises.
God
Anyway,
damn it, I can't afford a house.
Anyways, good lord. But yeah, Lindsay Seidel and Bryn April were my two picks for best performance for female in a comedy. Enough said, really. Next, before we get into the male performances, let's talk about the biggest surprise performance.
We all know who it is.
Well, hold on. Not biggest. It could be. What's the best way to distinguish biggest surprise and the voice acting Black Magic Award?
Voice
the
acting
best way to
Black
say it?
Magic was like, as in they sacrificed some shit to a demon to do that performance.
Okay.
Voice acting black magic means that it's an actor we know, but they're doing a voice that we never realized they were capable of doing.
Okay, yep, that's the best way to describe it. So, biggest surprise performance. I had two people actually.
I had one, and it's gonna
Three.
blow Lilac's mind.
Oh God, what?
No,
Why?
I'll go last.
I want Hardy to go first. What?
Okay.
No, Hardy has to go last now. I want Gilda for this.
Ah, fine. I'll go first.
Fine.
Jesus.
God, Mom.
Mom is angry.
I'm telling Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Like, how come she gets to be the dad in our threesome?
Because I'm.
That sounded
I'm
completely
Ted.
terrible.
So bad.
Why does she get to wear the pants in the relationship?
Because I actually keep shit on track.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Good.
Anyway, my two picks for biggest surprise performance. One I have to give to Aaron Dismuke for Blood Blood K Battlefront and Heroic Legend of Arzine. Especially Blood Blood K Battlefront, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, when the kid hit puberty, he was kind of all over the place. But this year in
I own
particular...
Trinity Blood on DVD. I can attest to this.
Yes. This year in particular, he's definitely coming to his own. I feel. And with Leonardo Watch in Blood Blood K Battlefront, and even Arslan in Heroic Legend of Arslan, even though with Arslan it did take a little while for me to adjust to and enjoy, I felt like it was really good, and they both surprised me. And then my other one, it's probably going to come as no surprise to anyone, because at the beginning of the year, I did not like this person.
I know who it is.
I know who it is too.
And then I saw Maria the Virgin Witch, Assassination Classroom, and most particularly Tokyo Ghoul, and this motherfucker can act. Thank you, Austin Tyndall, for all of the things you do, because my
Including
god,
putting your dick in a cup.
because my god, like this year, at the end of the year now, it's like Austin Tyndall is go. I love it.
Air Force
I
Tyndall.
mostly put Tokyo Ghoul in terms of the surprise performance because there was a lot that Kaneki goes through in the show, and Tyndall definitely pulled it out. Though to be fair, I have not finished rewatching season 1 of the dub.
Oh, it is so worth it.
I need to do that. I think I got to Tsukiyama's introductory episode.
It's
That's how far I got, like not even halfway. But,
Skiyama.
Sugiyama.
Whatever. But then like
Shut up, I'm gonna say it like a dumb American.
But then also Karma from Assassination Classroom is a thing that exists as well.
And his older vampire version of Crowley.
Yes, and then Defrag, he's good as Kenji Kazuma in Defrag too. I loved it. So yeah, he definitely like pulled it out this year for me. Absolutely did.
Pulled it out.
Shut up, Megan. What are your surprise performance picks?
One of them is Eric Vale. Because of all things, it's not for what you think.
Is it Ghost Pimp?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Sarah.
Ghost
Oh
Pimp.
no, we're getting to that.
Ghost Pimp strikes again.
Again. 'Twas the night before Pimpness and all through the streets. Not a hoe was stirring. Not even in the sheets.
Good everybody. That's it for Dumb Talk. We're done. I don't think anyone can top that right now. We need to...
Are you okay?
I think you broke him.
Again! I've done it twice in one calendar year.
Can I just say that once this episode is done and up, we need to send this to the Double Talk crew, especially Chad. You would probably lose his shit. Just saying. Anyway.
Oh god.
So why exactly are you going with Ghost Pimp for Eric Vale on this one?
Actually, it's because of Shina.
Oh, so it's because of Felicia.
Shina is not in Gangsta.
Oh shit! What? Oh no! What? I thought you said Shinoa for a second there.
No,
My bad.
Shina as in the blue
As in
dragon.
Yona. Okay. As in
Yeah.
Yona. Thank you.
It's
Sorry.
one part Yona and one part Kazuma, actually.
Okay.
And the other one, and it was because I didn't know him as a person. And after listening to this performance, I needed a goddamn shower. Kenny Green, please stay as far the fuck away from me as humanly possible.
Of
Man.
course, you're referring to
Tomato. Oh
in
my
Tokyo Ghoul.
Christ.
Now I'm sure that Kenny Green is a perfectly good human being in real life.
But god damn it, I needed a shower after that performance.
Okay. Anyway,
Hardy, are you okay now?
I'm all right now. Yes.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Do you think you can give us your biggest surprise performances?
Yeah. I only have
Okay.
one, and
Okay.
it is going to blow Lilac's mind. She's probably going to be like, "What the heck is wrong with you?" Because
Uh-oh.
just a few weeks ago, we lambasted this show.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Does this involve Show Me Sample?
It does.
Oh god,
What?
Who?
The lovely Miss Sarah Wiedenheft.
Really?
Yes, because what's her name? As Aiko. Aika or something.
Aika.
Yeah.
Aika, there it is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, because I did not know this, but I'm an unabashed fan of the game Honey Pop. I mean,
Oh,
judge
Christ.
judge me if you will, if you must, and I did not realize that she played
Yep, I remember
one of the
this.
one of the girls in it who was actually an alien.
Yep. I when I was looking up doing some research for the Show Me Sample dub talk episode, I found Sarah Wiedenheft's basically personal webpage, and on there under her credits is a credit for Honey Pop.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
kidding.
the character's name is Celeste Lovendas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the last name is a sort of a. It basically
pun.
says it says love and ass, but but yeah,
Anyway.
she plays a sexy alien that you can take out on a date and eventually take
Screw her
home.
brains out.
Yeah, and the actress has to make some very interesting noises,
Well, of course.
and so
Let's not bring up dramatical murder on the guy's side again.
no. But just this sort of mind blow that that was her, and then she plays someone like Aika in Showman Sample.
And then you also have, while we're on that note, Miss Shayla from Blood Bucket Battlefront.
Yes, yeah. Well,
That's
we
true,
only
too.
we only hear her like a few times.
Still,
Yeah,
my point
but
still stands.
I think Sarah was one of the best things from Showman Sample. Honestly, I know you
Nice.
didn't particularly like the character, but I liked her performance because she almost ate. She came. I'm having a hard time talking. Okay. she
Ghost
sort
Pimp
of
strikes again.
yeah. Ghost Pimp just slapped me upside the face and asked for his money
Jesus
back.
Christ.
Okay. No, she kind of strikes me in that performance sort of halfway between Christine Marie Cabanos as Mako in Kill la Kill and Christina V as Hawk
Oh, that's right.
in Seven Deadly Sins, the pig.
I remember you saying this in the
Yeah.
Dub Talk episode.
And I think she was just really good. And that was probably the biggest surprise, that she could go from that little fireball of energy to sexy alien bounty hunter is really impressive. So,
Okay.
yeah. Celeste is best girl, by the way. If you disagree, I will fight you.
Anyway.
I want to have, wonderful little crossbreed alien babies with her.
Anyway. Even though that's a little... Talking about Honey Pop's a little bit cheating. But that's okay. We'll take it. So let's move on to the best male performances in dubs. Best male performance in a dub for drama. I have 3.
I have
have a-
1 and 2 honorable mentions.
I have one big one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 honorable mentions.
Okay.
I had a little bit of a hard time. Okay, damn it.
Hardy, how about you go first? Because you have the least out of any of us.
I think, technically, from a technical perspective, the one that I was most blown over by was Kaneki.
Oh.
That was one of my honorable mentions, and I didn't feel like putting it because I felt
Yeah.
like it would be cheating with it.
I also put Austin Tyndall as one of my picks for
Yeah,
Kaneki and Tokyo Ghoul.
because I watched the Tokyo Ghoul dub, and when he's going through his whole traumatic experience, you can't help but feel bad for the kid.
Absolutely.
And it's just, I thought he really pulled out all the stops this time. And I was just, good on you, I thought he is probably my favorite performance in general for this year.
Absolutely. I can agree with that 100%. He was your only one, is that correct?
I had 2 honorable mentions.
Right, okay.
One of them was Mr. McRapey Face himself, Eric Vale as Farid.
Oh god, of course.
Because he doesn't go quite full on ham like Skiyama, but still manages to ham it up quite nicely.
Oh,
Okay.
you have no idea about what's coming.
Oh yeah. And also, I wanted to give an honorable mention to Brandon Potter as Nicholas, because he had
Yes.
he had a really tough job in front of him playing as a deaf person. And even though he plays Nicholas more legibly than he should be, I think that he did a really respectable job capturing someone who was hearing impaired.
And especially for a broadcast dub, we gotta remember that part too.
Yeah. If they go back and make some edits to it, it might make it even better. But yeah,
Right.
Austin Tyndall, Eric Vale, and Brandon Potter are my picks.
Okay. I'll go next because Megan has a shit ton. Austin Tyndall is one of my picks as well for Tokyo Ghoul. I also had Alex Organ from Death Parade
There's one of my other honorable mentions.
as wonderful, wonderful Deckham. Going from, because I was introduced to him as Makishima from Psycho-Pass, so complete villain, obviously, and now he's this person who doesn't exactly know what or who he is really. Like, you can't really say he's human, but he loves humans. He's he's kind of obsessed with them. He goes through a lot of stuff through the show, and I think Alex Organ just captures it beautifully, to be perfectly honest. And then my other pick, I mean, I don't know if you would probably count this for comedy or drama. I put Aaron Dismuke as Peiko from Ping Pong the animation.
I would count that as a drama.
I would definitely. Yeah, I was like, it has some comedic moments, but that's mostly Peiko in a nutshell. Really, that's Peiko as a character. But I would say that Ping Pong and Peiko, that was one of my favorite performances from Aaron Dismuke this year. That one specifically, even though Aaron Dismuke has been growing on me a lot more, but Ping Pong was definitely my favorite from him this year. Like, he played snarky and sarcastic so well, but then there were also the moments where, like, there was a shift in his character, and he also played that side of that character really well, so I have to give him props for that. Okay, Megan. So we have Tyndall and Organ. Who else we got?
Yeah, I don't even need to reiterate why I picked Lilac said a lot for Deckham. I may reiterate a little bit of Kaneki a little later, because I have a different, more personal attachment to that character.
Okay.
My other two honorable mentions were Clint Bickham, actually, as Akihito.
Oh, absolutely.
I adored his Akihito. It really made me feel good, and it was funny, and it was also very good at being very serious, especially when you get to kind of see the darker side of Akihito. And I'm still in the process of watching it, so I haven't seen him do the last arc of the show.
Oh my god.
But I'm expecting magnificence.
I marathoned the shit out of Beyond the Boundary in like 2-3 days. Oh my god. I love it.
My other one that I would say is, as an honorable mention, Ben. I should have looked this up. Ben Diskins as Bond from Nanatsu no Taizai.
Okay.
Really like
Seven
that
Deadly
performance.
Sins, yeah.
Seven Deadly Sins. But my number one, and I feel like I'm copping out by saying this, I really, 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 really fucking enjoyed Micah Solasad as William in The King of Despair.
Of course you did.
Absolutely. I can totally agree with that.
I mean, I'm sorry I'm easier to read than a children's book.
Well, but all things considered, playing two different characters.
It's an amazing performance.
Two different characters, two different personalities. And you're going
liked
back and
it
forth with each
more
other?
I liked it more than the Tsundere Queen herself's performance of it. I watched the finale with seeing the sub first, because I just wanted to see the end of it.
Right.
And listening to especially The King of Despair in the Japanese, I didn't feel half as threatened as I did with Solasad playing him, honestly. I enjoyed the shit out of that performance. It was why I honestly kept watching BBB, because when it started, I wasn't that into the show. And it became my favorite show of the year that's not a sequel or a remake.
Right.
And then this is also why I didn't want to put Tyndall as my number one answer. Kaneki is my all-time favorite anime character, and Steph and Hardy can remember how royally pissed I was at the beginning of the year over this. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it in Route A, and then the second I could watch all of it on streaming, before I could get my set, I sat and I watched every episode of it.
You marathoned it like a couple of times.
I think I've watched Tokyo Ghoul in the English language I've watched it twice, and the Japanese I've watched it 6 or 7 times. I adore that character, and I thought the easiest way to say it is I respect how Tyndall respected that role. Mm-hmm. Because you can have a lot of people who go in and do a show and just say, oh yeah, I did that show, but not really remember it, but like the way he talks about it too is very like someone who really got into it.
Well, I mean, they have that special feature on the disc to where
oh my god, it was so good.
they go into the deep meanings and themes of the show, and you can tell that all the people involved really respected the show a lot.
Especially Tatum.
Yeah.
Tatum really respects that show.
Yeah, and thankfully he didn't write it, but
that's why we have Monica and Josh. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. I almost forgot one.
Uh-oh.
Honorable mention, last minute, but you were expecting an honorable mention. But it was I, Dio!
Yo!
Patrick Seitz.
Right.
Patrick Seitz is Dio. I had to throw him in there.
Patrick Seitz is Dio IRL, so...
Yeah.
I still need to watch JoJo.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's move on to the other half of the male performance spectrum. Best male performance in a dub for a comedy.
I had one and one alone, and that's all I need.
I have 3, even though I might know what yours is, Hardy. I might.
Take a guess.
I have one. They're 4 people, but they count as one unit.
Oh. I'm gonna take a wild guess, Hardy. Did you have Sunny straight as Koro Sensei?
Yep.
Yup, I have him too.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
Oh, oh my god, it was
He is fucking Koro Sensei.
He is Koro Sensei.
I was wondering who they would get to play him. And when they first announced this, it was getting a broadcast up. I'm like,
you were thinking Vic Mignogna originally.
I was, yeah. And then when I heard it was Sunny Straight, I'm like, and then when they showed the first clip, I'm like, I'm not really sold. And then when he actually got into the character, we got to see more of the episode proper. I'm like,
yeah, you give him 25 minutes of your time that one episode, you're good.
That man
off on a roll.
He took that character and he ran with it. And now that I think about it, I actually do have a second choice.
Okay.
and that's Anthony Bowling as Junichiro.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, because now that I think about it, Anthony Bowling he's never had a lead role up until now. He's always played the nerdy best friend.
Mm-hmm.
But that character was the role he was born to play.
Absolutely, I can totally agree with that 100%.
Yeah. And so those are my two choices.
Megan, I'm
Well,
guessing...
Sunny Straight was one of my
Okay, what
my
was your
choices.
lens?
Honorable mention, Austin Tyndall as the guy from Prison School and Karma. Just because
Yes.
the whipping it out and putting it in a cup scene had me on the floor.
Yeah, even without seeing the show.
And out of context, that scene was like an Oscar-worthy performance.
If I could just, say this for a moment, you girls really do need to watch the show. I know it's gross.
I probably will try to go watch it.
I might do a second attempt because I only watched the first episode of the dub and I was like, no.
It's hard to get into. It's gross. It's really perverted. But
Right.
it genuinely is a
Fucking
well-written show. No, it's besides being funny, there's legitimate suspense. It is a breakout show. It's like watching Prison Break with a ton of sex jokes thrown in.
It kind of breaks the mold, is what you're saying.
There are moments to where you're like, oh crap, what's going to happen? Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
Eric Vale's character was saying that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, for obvious reasons. But no,
Yes.
I find it really ironic that the two of the best written shows of that season were Prison School and Shimonetta, the two pervy sex comedies.
Yeah, you've mentioned this before.
Yeah, because Shimonetta is like Blade Runner, and when it comes to naughty jokes,
Right.
and Prison School has naughty jokes, but it's a prison break sort of anime, and so
It's
yeah,
like the Great Escape. It's like the Great Escape with sex jokes.
exactly, that is it, and it's really really cleverly written, and I know it's gross and it's perverted, but if you can get past that, you'll love it. I honestly think. So
I may attempt it. I may do a second attempt.
So now time to embarrass myself.
Well, but what's your other one?
So my pick for the best male performance in a dub comedy are Mike McFarland, Chris Savage, Ian Sinclair, and Jerry Jewell as Shingon Crimson. Because nevermore have I felt happier watching a bunch of people embarrass themselves as small, fuzzy musical animals.
Oh my
And like, Crow is literally male me with a guitar and the ability to sing. Rom is basically who I wish I could be, and like turns into a fucking Bishonen businessman leopard. Jerry Jewell is an emo lion. Ian Sinclair, I don't even know what the fuck Ian Sinclair's doing.
He's just kind of there.
There, but my God, when you told me that Shingon Crimsons was going to be the best part about the show,
I
thought
told
you
you.
were lying.
I told you. You didn't believe me at first.
I know. How dare I disbelieve you? May I be smited by Ghost Pimp where I stand. May he backhand me and poke me with his pimp cane in the eye. So now that I'm done embarrassing myself, Lilac, how about you?
Okay, so I picked Sunny Straight for Koro Sensei. I was trying to go with one character for a show, but since you brought up Shingon Crimsons, fuck it, I'm going with Shingon Crimsons as well. Because I just originally had Mike McFarland for Crow, but fuck it, we're gonna throw all
They
four
work
of them
better
in.
as a family. unit.
Absolutely. And then I had a third choice. I had Greg Ayres as Monokuma from Danganronpa.
Oh right.
He was the best part of that dub, hands down.
Teddy Suckspin.
Absolutely. He was
I had to steal that joke
like
from the abridged.
talking about like roles you're born to play. This is one that Greg Ayres was born to fucking play.
What did you describe it as, Hardy?
I described it as he described it on his Twitter. I asked him personally. I was like, "Okay, so you probably tried to copy a lot of Danny DeVito as the Penguin, didn't you?" That's who it reminded me of. But he said, "No, the director told me to sort of mix it with Freddy Krueger meets Teddy Ruxpin with a little bit of Beetlejuice thrown in for good measure."
That's the route that
This is why
Bevins told him
Chris
to go
Bevins is my
with?
dad.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I love that.
Nya, nya, nya.
But yeah, I have to give Greg props for Monokuma. I just have to. Because my god, that was the best part of that dub, hands down. Like, best mascot character. Anyway, before we jump
Fluffy
into
Mike
the
McFarlane.
two big awards, why don't we talk about who we picked for the Voice Acting Black Magic Award?
Oh, good God. Here we go.
Can we just say the most obvious
Obvious
choice?
answer.
let's get it out of the way. All right, Josh
Josh
Greeley is
Greeley,
femmed
yeah.
for Blood Blockade Battlefront.
The creator-
Fuck did you...
Obvious answer.
The creator of the voice acting Black Magic meme.
Well,
I
I'm about
mean,
to say Ian Sinclair was
Claire
the originator
actually
for
the
that.
creator. It's
Oh, yeah.
actually Ian.
It's
Okay.
actually Ian, but Josh basically
Perfected.
solidified it. Josh solidified that award because, my God, we did not know that that kind of voice could come out of that guy.
Where the fuck did that come from, Josh? Out of what void did you pull that voice?
It's just great. How did we describe it? It was like Satomao meets Naki from Tokyo Ghoul meets the Joker from Batman.
Something
I-
like that, yeah.
I think that was how it was described when we talked about it in the episode of Dub Talk
Honestly, Fempt is probably one of the best characters from this year, too. I love him.
Absolutely.
I want him to read me a cookbook in that voice, or a phone book.
Absolutely.
At first you take the powdered sugar and you mix it with a...
Just Aligula as sous chef and poor the King of Despair as victim.
Absolutely. So now that we got that out of the way,
have to go
honorable
first with
mentions, I
mine?
think.
So, remember that most surprising performance that
Oh
I said
no!
Eric Vale?
Oh no!
This is where he comes in. Eric Vale is Farron, so he stays far the fuck away from me.
Yup, I can agree with that.
I'm
That
halfway.
was some black magic there.
I'm halfway surprised you didn't say Skiyama for his napkin orgasms.
No.
No, I was expecting. If it wasn't Tatum, I wasn't going to accept it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because Tatum can be flamboyant as fuck either way, so that's not something surprising right there.
True.
My thing is, like, when I think of Eric Vale, I think of things like Nishiki and
then occasionally,
Trunks.
precious Shinna.
Shinna. Precious cinnamon roll, too good for the school. Shinna. Not, oh, Mikaela, time to stab a bunch of orphans.
I'm probably
Yo,
going to
that's
rape
it.
you.
Basically.
Let me get Totopi head.
By the way, Eric Vale does not kill
Not
children.
kill children.
He does not kill children
For the record,
or
Eric
beat
Vale
women,
is a
though he
boy
may
who-
occasionally shit his pants or bring out some fresh beats. But anyway,
Nor does he hurt women, but he does make us cry with his acting.
yes, he does.
Aw.
That is correct.
I would say.
Fuck you, Cosma.
Yeah, fuck you, Cosma.
Hard.
Really close running up was actually what I kind of discussed with Steph because we wouldn't have thought it was him unless she told us. Which was Baby Nick.
Oh, that's right. Micah Solasad is Baby Nick from
Baby Nick.
Gangsta. And while we're on that subject, actually, my second choice, I'm gonna throw Brandon Potter in there as well
As whom?
as Nicholas in Gangsta.
I thought this was for a comedy.
No,
wait, it's-
we're on the Voice
Oh,
Acting Black
okay.
Magic
Black
Award.
Magic.
Duh, sorry, I completely... Ugh. Brain fart.
Ghost Pimp strikes again.
Yeah. Like, basically, for all of the reasons that you stated, Hardy, before when you brought up Brandon Potter, he had a difficult task of playing someone who was hearing impaired. And for a broadcast dub, I think it was a good performance.
Okay.
So that really surprised me. And I got so excited that Brandon Potter was in a leading role for... It's been forever.
Since Black Cat.
Basically, it's been forever, and it made me so happy. It was one of the surprises that I found this year.
Yeah.
Hardy, did you have any other
I did.
Voice Acting Black Magic Awards?
It's same actress for two different shows.
Okay.
I had Tia Ballard for Kami-sama Kiss 2 and Prison School.
Ah.
Prison-
She's creepy ass dominatrix lady.
She is. She's basically evil Tifa in Prison School. So, no, look at her and then look at a picture of Tifa, and other than certain assets, they look very, very similar. But Mari in Prison School is one of the single most evil, vindictive people I've ever seen, and I just wanted to see her get absolutely embarrassed and humiliated. But the way that she was able to play it, I did not expect that voice to come out of Tia, because Tia plays these sweet, gentle characters most of the time.
Would you say that you are happy, sir?
I am happy.
Haha.
And for Kami-sama Kiss, usually as Nanami, Nanami's one of my anime crushes. She's
Is Nanami your waifu?
one of them. You know, I am pretty.
She's a part of your harem.
Yes, I am. I kind of take the Mormon approach when it comes to waifus, and that you bet you can't eat just one.
Oh,
But
Jesus Christ.
but
You're going full on harem then.
I am full on harem. Yes.
Anyway.
But anyways, no. The
What am I
one
kidding? I have
the
good.
the one
God,
scene in Kami-sama Kiss 2, where what was it?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. When she's
Tomoe.
she's-
Tomoe
when it's Tomoe disguised as Nanami,
Yeah.
trying to seduce the lead Tengu. I know this is where you were going with it.
Holy
Knew this.
crap! I don't want to leave this seat because I'm afraid I'm going to cause an embarrassing scene.
You need a cold shower?
I need a pillow on my lap.
Yeah, I can
always
agree
get
with
you
that.
a Nanami one.
I can agree with voice acting Black Magic Ward on that one.
Yeah, because I needed to sit down for a few moments and take a good long breath after that. So yeah, that was my choice for Black Magic Award.
Okay. So we're down to 2 more awards. The best of the best. Let's first...
The cream of the crop.
basically. Let's do the award for best dub for a broadcast dub.
There was really... I didn't want to go too obvious, but I had to. I had to give it to Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Same.
I can agree with that. I had 4 picks and BBB's 1.
Yeah.
I had 2, but BBB is 1.
Did you have any other picks, Hardy, at all? Or just BBB?
It was Blood Blockade Battlefront was my favorite. I also really enjoyed Death Parade.
For me, I would flip it. Death Parade was my absolute favorite broadcast dub, and then BBB, I would give it as an honorable mention, honestly. My other 2 honorable mentions, Tokyo Ghoul Route A,
Of course.
and Maria the Virgin Witch. Again, with Maria in particular, like, I mentioned this when we were talking about Patrick Seitz and writing, the way the script was adapted and how it translated and the direction and everything, I think it worked so well. Like, it may have started out a little bit shaky in the beginning, but by the end it worked out so well and I loved it. Especially, like, the writing, because in the Japanese there was some translations, I guess, that were a little bit weird. Like, in the subtitles, for instance, like, in the Japanese, there's a point where the word boyfriend is used. However, in the English, it's, switched to paramour. So, some of the language and the dialogue and basically the script itself helped solidify it and probably project the dub for me to another level entirely. So I have to give Maria props for that. And Tokyo Ghoul is Tokyo Ghoul.
Right.
So
It's like cheating at this point.
it's cheating at this point. Megan, what did you pick for your best broadcast dubs?
One was BBB because holy shit. I really enjoyed the show. I really got invested into a show that I remember doing the episode and I was kind of like the one that was really meh to everything about it.
But then after a while, you're like, "Hell
I
yes."
got really into it and I understood why you guys were all like super into this show. And there are even some people I know who still haven't seen it, and I'm like, why haven't you watched this show? It's so damn good. Including my friend Drunkwagon. Drinkwagon, who's actually going to be cosplaying as Klaus eventually.
Nice.
Does he have the
Yay,
muscle
Drinkwagon.
to pull off Klaus, though?
He can try.
Yeah. He's going to need some padding, probably.
Yeah, but my other one of all things, and this is going to sound really, really cheesy, it's Show by Rock.
Oh,
Oh.
yes!
Again, another show I thought I was going to fucking hate.
I told you! I told you!
Stop being right, damn it!
Oh my god. I can totally
fell
agree
in
with Show by
love
Rock.
with I fell in love with Show by Rock, mostly because it was a really good way to relax.
It's just a ball of fun energy.
It's just a ball of fun and energy, and if we're gonna talk about shit that's a bunch of fun and energy, I'm a slut for Seraph of the End. I really do think it's a good dub.
It
Is
is.
Good? Fuck yeah! But is it dumb as balls and play up everything that makes the show so enjoyable? Yes. I love Jerry Jewell for what he did. He actually, I don't talk about it as much, but I could not stand Yuichiro in Japanese. I love him in the English.
And not just because it's Micah. Not just
I
because
remember being very vocally upset.
I remember there being
Hardy had
screams
to
during
tell
the recording.
people to take out their headphones,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
I grew to fall in love with Yuichiro. I love Felicia Momgila Shinoa. I love Chris Burnett's Yoichi. I love, as much as I want to take a shower after listening to him speak, Eric Vale's Spirit is fantastic. It introduced me to Justin Briner. We haven't talked about him at once. Daryun Alarm, Rico Fajardo's got a fucking trident.
Daryun!
Shit's about to get really gay in the English dub. There will be platonic butt wiggling. I fucking love Seraph of the End, and if you make more Seraph, Seraph of the End is my pimp.
Oh my god.
Give me more!
Vampire Pimp strikes again.
Yeah. Except for I don't want Eric Vale's Vampire Pimp to be my daddy.
I was about to ask if Eric Vale was going to be involved in this situation.
No. If it's gonna be any of the vampires, prefer Mika, but I wouldn't be disappointed with Krauss.
You want
You
Locus.
want Tyndall.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You want Locus to crash into you hard.
Renee's dick.
No, you want Locus to crash hard into you, don't you?
With planes.
Not with a plane. Not with that plane.
No, not with that plane.
No. Besides that, Lacus is way too gay for Renee.
Okay. Anyway. That's
Marty, your turn.
My turn.
You already did.
I already did. Yeah, we're down to the last one.
Yeah, we're down to the last award. My
Oh
god.
no, I don't want this fun to end.
Oh.
I can erase my files and we can start all over.
No!
No.
Fuck you!
May Ghost Pimp smite you where do you stand with his pimp hand of justice. Coming this fall, Ghost Pimp Justice
Starring Eric Vale.
as Ghost Pimp.
Bitch, you owe me money.
Bitch better have my money.
I'm sorry that Eric Vale's the butt of all jokes right now, but my god. Anyway, this is why I love it when it's just the three of us, because shit like this happens. Anyway.
We were gonna record a podcast.
But then we got high.
Hi. Not really, because weed's bad.
No,
No.
more like, and then we got
Furlongs.
drunk. Because at least you two have been drinking a little bit, but...
I'm down to half a bottle of vodka at this point, so we better hurry up before I get completely incoherent.
Okay.
No, I mean,
All right.
Can we just bring Sneebs back?
Yes.
More
Anyway.
Sneebs.
Anyway, more than likely we may have to do this again next year, but I digress. The final award of the night. The best dub for a video release. I have two.
I have one.
I have
one that is a official release, and I have two that I would like to bring attention to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go first?
I guess I'll go first.
Oh, okay. Megan, go first.
So as we all know, I will get on my knees for Tokyo Ghoul.
Absolutely. Duh.
I really, this was the one series when I heard it was getting released on DVD, like I was a fucking little mess over, and I adored every second of it. I loved the writing, I loved the acting, I loved the way it was handled, I loved all the special features, I loved the commentaries, including learning how Tatum was traumatized at a restaurant in Morocco.
Just to give kind of bring this up to people. The first season of Tokyo Ghoul was released on DVD this year, while Route A, the second season, did have the broadcast of this year, so it can kind of qualify for both ends of the spectrum, basically.
Yeah, I loved it, and I loved it for every reason we've brought up. I loved it for Tyndall, I loved it for Monica, I loved it for even little bit things like, I don't know, like little one-off episode characters and stuff. It was just great.
Monica surprised me. Like,
Monica got to use her big girl.
I know! Like, I would have put Tokyo Ghoul Season 1 as one of my picks, however, I have not finished the dub of Season 1. But yeah, if I had, I would definitely put Tokyo Ghoul as one of mine.
If I had to maybe honorable mention, probably Noragami, but they're also both Mike McFarlane shows, so anything Mike McFarlane touches is gold, so.
Yeah. One of my actual picks is Noragami, actually. for season 1 because my god, that was great. I love it. But again, Mike McFarland, duh. My other pick, it's not a Mike McFarland dub, hallelujah. Is Ping Pong the Animation. That's my other pick for best dub for video release. Because just everything about that, in terms of performances and writing and directing from Christopher Bevins, I thought it was phenomenal. And it's one of my favorite dubs that Bevins has directed. It's one of my favorite, absolute favorite performances from Aaron Dismuke. I loved Micah Solusod in it. Marcus Stemick was amazing. I don't even know his name off the top of my head, but whoever played the Chinese person. Anthony Bowling is also in there as a complete and utter nerd, and he's phenomenal. Like, all around, I thought it was a really, really good dub. And I loved it all to pieces. And again, it's one of those situations where it's like, because I hadn't seen Ping Pong before then, why had I not seen it sooner than this? And now I already ordered it, and it's being shipped here to my apartment. So
You can actually pick it up really cheap right now. It's actually a good...
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
yeah, I got it off of Right Stuff as one of their mega deals.
Oh yeah, his name is Alan Chow, by the way.
Thank you,
Who
Alan.
plays Kong.
Thank you. But yeah, I think Ping Pong is definitely one of the stronger dubs that Bevins has done this year. Out of, like, basically everything when it comes to broadcast dubs and home video releases, because Danganronpa is one he's directed too. Ping Pong's one of the strongest ones I've seen him do as of late, to be perfectly honest.
He's also, we have to look forward to Aquarion Logos, because that series is his baby.
Oh, Lord.
He loves Aquarion. It's like, well, he's...
We're also looking forward to Terra in Residence as Bevin.
Oh, yes.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. And then whenever the second season of Arzon comes out, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, huzzah! All right, Hardy, what were you thinking? What's your picks?
Well, the two dubs I recently watched, I did not think I was going to like them.
Okay.
But I actually have three that I really, really enjoyed. One that honestly surprised me, and it's a Sentai Filmworks dub,
Oh, okay.
is Outbreak Company.
Oh, there's
It's-
one we haven't talked about, really.
It's just a really solid dub. I wouldn't say it's the best one. It's just really solid. And it's a Kyle Colby Jones dub, too.
Huzzah!
Yeah, and, I give my worst dub award to No Game No Life, which is a Kyle Colby Jones dub. And then I bring up that one of my favorite dubs this year was also a Kyle Colby Jones dub. I mean, just the acting was really good. The casting was really good. We had, I forget what's this. The one actor, I have a sort of love-hate relationship with him because Tyler Galindo, that's his name. In the wrong hands, he just is not a good actor. But when he's done right, he can really pull off some really good work. And then we had Juliet Simmons doing a really good job. We had Genevieve Simmons. We had Sarah Ornelas, who I had never heard of before, playing basically a werewolf girl who is adorable as all get out. And then we had Kira Vincent Davis as in her Chaika voice, which you'll hear very soon, as the annoying 16-year-old queen. I just think it was really well done. And so I was really impressed by it.
Huzzah! And
Yeah.
And you had another pick, too?
I had two other picks.
Oh, okay.
I had...
wow.
One of them is for Riddle Story of Devil, which I started watching, and honestly, it's just a really solid dub. I have never heard of Morgan Berry up until this point. I know Gigi fangirls over her so very hard. She's like a huge
She
fan.
sings very well.
She is a great singer. In fact, Morgan actually, her version of Unravel is the only one I can listen to because everyone sings it way too high, and it's so annoying. But her version, Unravel is a really good song. That annoys me.
By the way,
Because-
for those who may not know, Unravel is the first opening theme for Tokyo Ghoul.
right? I guess
It is the theme for Tokyo.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
It is the theme.
And-
I don't care what anyone's like. Any of the promotional material uses that.
And can I also just say, slightly cheatsy with Riddle Story because it was released after December 1st. But
Well-
that's
well,
okay.
the
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
And that probably is going to affect my other choice too, because the dub debuted before the release. But yeah, no, I just thought it was a really well put together dub. I thought Morgan did great. I thought all the other girls did great, and I did not expect to enjoy the show as much as I did. And you know,
I think I was one of the few people who actually watched the simulcast faithfully when it came out, and I did enjoy it.
I want
honestly.
to say this. I want to see a death battle between Toko, aka a Genocide Jill from Danganronpa,
Oh, I know
Toga.
where this is going.
versus
Oh my God,
Shinya Banba from
Real Story of Devil.
Riddle Story of Devil, and
Oh
I
my
want
God, I know
both.
where this is going.
I want both Carly Mosier and Michaela Krantz to come back and actually do the voices for it, because my God, those characters are so. If you listen to the dub, they almost sound exactly the same of both shows.
God.
Yeah.
Now I have to watch the Devil Riddle Story.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. But and my
What
third
was-
choice,
Okay,
my,
what was your third pick?
my third choice is from a show. Honestly, it's a terrible show. You should not watch this show, but you also should totally watch this show.
Oh, I know where this is going. Cause you asked about this. Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's a terrible, sexist, horrible show, and I can't stop watching it. I really, really enjoyed the dub for Dime a Dollar because it's so hilarious.
Oh my Christ.
Props
It's
to
just-
Clifford Chapin, by the way, because that's his first full-fledged directing gig.
I have never. There is a term I like to call facepalm giggles, to where
Okay.
someone says something that is so obtuse, so embarrassing, you can't help but cover your eyes, and yet at the same time you can't help but giggle your butt off because it's
Oh,
just
Christ.
so hilarious.
And can I also just say Clifford Chapin managed to pull out like all the stops in terms of casting for that show?
Oh yeah, most of the show is casted by people who do not live in Dallas,
It's mostly LA.
L.A. and Houston, because Emily Neves is in it too,
Yep.
and Lucy Christian is in it too. Well, Tessa Ellery is in it, not Lucy. Shh.
But then
Sorry.
you also have Todd and Jeremy, and you have Matt Mercer hanging out in there too.
Exactly, yeah. And no, it's a guilty pleasure for sure. And so if you haven't yet, definitely check out the dub for Dime a Dollar, because you'll hate yourself, but you'll laugh. But as far as for the video release, my choice, dub of the year, I'm with Megan. It's unquestionably is Tokyo Ghoul, season 1. I mean,
It is really fucking good.
it's fantastic. I was just that one scene where Kaneki has his whole meltdown and he's just broken. I was just floored.
Are you referring to episode 1 or episode
Episode 12?
12?
Episode 12,
Okay, just making
where you know this little piggy went to the market and such and such.
sure. let's not go
honestly-
spoiler territory, even though
Yeah.
there's probably only like 1 or 2 people who haven't seen Tokyo.
Who haven't seen it at this
I was
point.
just and listening to Chris Sabat just go bat crap crazy.
Oh my god.
I did not know
me-
that he was possible for doing that. That could be voice acting black magic right there. Was Chris Sabat as Jason?
You
I
could
mean-
probably throw Monica in there too as Rize.
Yeah, I mean it's just
I want to see Josh wrote the last episode.
it was just a fantastic show. I'm glad they continued. I know a lot of people don't like Route A because it goes off on a tangent from the manga, but I'm glad that they continued it regardless, because it would have bothered me if the show had just ended where it did.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
it ended on a gangsta level gangsta level cliffhanger right there. And
we at least know we got more Tokyo Ghoul, but more gangsta, that's probably not gonna happen.
yeah.
I mean,
And I
and
was
this is coming from me, who is a fan of the original manga and owns I don't own what would be what would have been Route A proper if it had followed the manga, but the original manga artist did write it, and Perot just kind of butchered what he did, and I actually own all the storyboards for it too. It's a show I remember, and it's really funny that we're kind of talking about this as our best home video release, especially for Hardy. For when we recorded our first episode, had never seen the show and had only seen like 1 episode in his life.
That's
Of
right.
the second season of all things too.
And I was so adamant at the time that I was not going to stream it. I was going to watch it on Blu-ray, and that's what I did. I got the chance to actually be able to rent it before Animax stopped doing rentals. It was one of the last shows that they had, and I got to watch it in full HD on Blu-ray disc,
Uncensored.
uncensored, and it was just amazing. I could not stop watching it. It's so
addicting and it's so good.
because the way that the episodes are set up, you have to watch the next episode.
Absolutely.
It's so marathonable, and I
And
think
the only thing I can say about that is if you've watched that anime and honestly go back and read the manga because it is just as excellent. It's just as excellently paced, just as excellently written.
Yeah. I just started reading the manga. I read the first volume. I need to pick up the rest that Viz released, but
2 through 4 at this point.
yeah. But yeah, I like it is an amazing show, and I need to finish rewatching the dub. Cause
And there's
I
not a
would
bad
totally put
performance in
Tokyo
that dub.
absolutely. I would totally put Tokyo Ghoul as the best dub for video release this year.
yeah,
If I had finished it, absolutely, I probably would.
and
Like, you think we're joking, but we're not.
No.
yeah, and that is Mike McFarlane. You know, the McFarlane hype train go
Mm-hmm.
choo choo. So
Absolutely. I mean, sure, it may be a cop out, but still, that dub is fantastic.
It is phenomenal, especially when you realize that when they started it, a lot of those people who are in it are now, like, people like Tyndall and Clifford are now huge, but when they started it, we were like, who the fuck this guy?
Tyndall's biggest achievement up until that point was that he was in Is This a Zombie, which is okay.
Right.
And he was in Bento, which is okay. And he was in Guilty Crown, which is, oh dear God, why burn my eyes out with a hot poker?
That was my introduction to Tyndall, of course.
Mhm.
But
Well-
then you have Kaneki, and it's the start.
Karma.
It's for Kaneki, basically, though. It's the start of, like, my God, can this man act? Holy crap.
And he does it all while sounding like he has bread in his mouth.
And on that note, with that
No.
final joke,
We have another episode. We actually have to do about season 1 of things.
oh god, that one's in the works. So anyway, that is the W Awards, essentially. Those are our picks for all of those wonderful categories
Woo!
of 2015. I guess I'm kind of curious about, like, if anybody's,
No.
for the people listening or watching this, who your picks might have been for this year.
Yeah, by all means, post in the comments below.
Absolutely. And let us know what you thought. Like, if maybe you agreed with some of our picks, or maybe you disagree, or maybe there was something different that we may not have thought about before. Who
Or
knows?
maybe you just want us to tell us to eat shit and kill ourselves, which that's always welcome as well.
That's always a thing. But anyway, on that note,
Let's go over for a brief moment what dubs we're looking forward to for next year.
oh my god.
One
Like,
Punch Man.
I guess in general,
You're lying, April!
oh god, if that does get released. Lie in April. Oh, Monthly Girls no Zaki-kun for sure.
Coon.
Hunter x Hunter.
I will say I'm excited for Terror in Resonance to come out next month.
Yeah. Hunter x Hunter, One Punch Man.
Ooh, One Punch Man, absolutely.
Of all the things, I'm kind of looking at it. More Assassination Classroom.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, Dimension W comes out next month, and I would be absolutely ecstatic if Marcus Stibic and Felicia Angel play the two leads.
I would totally be on board with that. And speaking of
Prince of
we may
Stride.
as well talk about this now. So, Funimation is basically dubbing all of the crap that they got for the winter season again.
They're back to 10 this year. 10 this season.
God.
10.
So, we're gonna try our best to cover all of them.
We do this for you, people.
We do this.
I can't believe they have Durarara.
Well, it's just a simulcast. It's the same thing that they did with Asterisk Wars last season. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna try and cover all of them.
I'm also super excited for Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash because I'm a slut for Fire Emblem.
Anyway, but yeah, we're gonna be covering Dimension W. We're gonna be covering Grimoire. We're gonna be covering Prince of Stride, Divine Gate, all of the new broadcast dubs coming up. And we're working on planning it out right now. And we're probably each gonna be hosting a couple of episodes and then pulling in as many of our friends from our guest pool as humanly possible for this.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Jamal, what did you send me?
But probably what's gonna happen first is a break for a few weeks because good lord, I've been editing and cranking these out for weeks.
Yeah.
And then I
He
think
really has.
yeah, and then I think the plan was Terran Residence and then Snow White with the red hair.
That's
Wait,
right.
I don't know if I'm.
Because
I
there's
don't know if I'm in Snow White with the red hair because everyone kind of called it while I was at work.
Well, we're gonna figure that mess out because, like, oh
Mm.
my god, everyone wants to do Snow White. Because Snow White is a unique situation. Actually,
yeah.
this wasn't.
Should've
This was
fucking done with Yona.
this Snow White
Or
was
Tokyo
announced-
Ghoul.
Yeah, Snow White was announced before the massive listing of all the broadcast dubs and the licenses for the winter season because Funimation is so graciously going to dub season 1 as well as dub the second season, which will be airing in the winter season.
They learned their lesson from all the myriad of complaints they got from Yona.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still have to deal with people who come on the forums and are like,
Why isn't Yoda season 1 dubbed? Or why did it go to come out?
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but we're going to be covering, more than likely we're just going to be covering the first few episodes of season 1.
Mhm.
Because they're gonna start putting them online in the beginning of the month, like a few episodes each week, I believe, if that's how it's supposed to go. But those are basically the two main ones that are going to be happening next. I know Terran Resonance. I think it's the three of us again. I think that was the plan.
I don't know. I'll listen.
No, I think Terra in Residence was me, you, and Zenith.
No, I thought that was
Me, you, and
Daigon
someone.
Rampa.
Oh yeah, Zenith. That's Danganronpa was me, you, Zenith.
Yeah.
I
thought-
I don't know. Who
we'll
was
figure it
the
out.
last
And then
person.
Snow White, God knows everyone volunteered for that. We'll figure it out, and if it just becomes the three of us and any of our guests, we love you, but please don't take it personally. We just want
don't-
to try and keep it condensed.
I'll put this out there, even though it's still a year off at least in advance. All of you want to be in the One Punch Man dub talk?
Oh God.
We are gonna have to
Sign up now.
We are gonna have to do a contest or a lottery or something to figure out which
And
one
And
of
to
you
be
go.
fair, I'm actually taking myself out of both Hunter x Hunter and One Punch Man.
Yeah, I'm taking myself
Yeah.
out of Hunter x Hunter because I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, Hunter.
probably-
Yeah,
Even though I like both, I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, and though I've only watched a little bit of One Punch Man, I don't think I'm fair because I'm not that into it to take a spot.
yeah. Hunter x Hunter's cast has already been decided. Those of you who know already know. Those of you who don't know,
You'll
terribly
find
sorry.
out.
You'll find out. But
in
yeah,
terms
one.
of in terms of One Punch Man, as of right now, it's just me and Hardy.
Yeah,
And I know there's probably like a handful of people who really, really, really want to be a part of that
Yeah.
one.
And honestly, if it all comes down to it, Steph and I might actually have to fight each other to host it because
It's quite possible.
it is very
Meanwhile, the
possible.
rest of you all can join me at Prince of Strides and Grimgar Vat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
those are the two shows
eventually,
for the winter she already called for.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I was like, gay sports anime, fight me.
Yeah, she said that to me. I'm like, yep, you can have it.
Yeah.
And eventually, when the Kuroko episode comes,
Oh, Lord.
If
that's
it
mine. That's
comes,
just mine.
Anyway.
Oh no, it's been licensed in Japan. It's been licensed by Mad Men. It's coming.
Anyway, bottom line, the next two episodes are going to be Terran Resonance and Snow White, though it's going to be a few weeks because Lord knows I need a break. And then it could be other episodes that we had previously planned for, or it could be the broadcast dubs. We don't know that far yet.
or Stephanie could be just absolutely exhausted, passed out on a pillow, and you just
Waiting for Anime Boston when we all get to hang out.
Oh my
Yeah.
Or at
god,
least
that's
some of
true.
us.
yeah.
That's true. Because Megan's coming to Anime Boston, I'm so excited.
I'm
Yay.
still going to try, but I make no promises. At this point.
Please try so very, very hard.
I have no money. That's the hard part.
I know. Try very, very hard though.
I will
Because we
try
would
my
love
hardest.
to have you. It would be great. But my
We're getting
but-
Zenith drunk to Sarah.
yes. But my lord, the three of us in a room together physically. Good God, would that be like some sort of world exploding bullshit?
And then we're gonna high five Lauren.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
Justin
Rojas isn't
Rosa.
coming.
Justin Rojas has already confirmed he's not going to be at Anime Boston. By the way. But anyways, yeah, long-witted post Dubby Award shenanigans.
Nearly losing footage.
Yes. So anyway, that's it for the W Awards. That's us. That's it for us here with Dub Talk for 2015.
Everybody, plug your stuff real quick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh fuck, really?
I'm going last.
Oh, Hardy, you first.
I'm Spaceman Hardy. Obviously, I don't do much, but I do occasionally host a Dub Talk episode. You can follow me on Twitter at Spaceman Hardy. You also find me over at the Funimation forums where I am a forum mod. I post a lot of goat pictures. I talk a lot of crap. I get really drunk and shout out angrily, and it's really fun. And
You also talk so much about Master Keaton and diss Aniplex all to hell.
Final Fantasy VII, where I fantasize over Tifa Lockhart and Raleigh Vincent from Gunsmith Cats, and post my waifus, and just and I annoy everyone, and yet they all just follow me just to watch me go off the deep end. And
It's because
eventually,
we love you.
yeah,
Because we love you.
Because
Yeah.
we love you.
Oh shit, am I my turn?
Yes.
So my name is Megan. I am at QueenEra2 on Twitter and YouTube. My Tumblr is Magnado, Megnado. I also work for Anime America Podcast as one of our commentators / editors / reviewers, but I basically edit reviews once in a blue moon because I'm a lazy fuck. /B, I actually work 2 jobs and all that fun junk. But you can hear me doing reviews, top 10s, top 32, even though that's in a little bit of a shift right now because of schedules and work across 2 countries, 1 island, and a state full of gators and weird meth zombies.
Hooray,
and
Florida.
shit. Hooray, Florida! I'm also a horrible, horrible Fujoshi who subjects people to horrible Dave Matranga blowjob noises.
Hardy will
And occasionally I break Hardy into horrible fits of laughter with Ghost Pimp.
Hardy
And
is
you can
so
also
gonna
follow-
understand the whole David Matranga thing soon. It's gonna be hilarious.
And you can
You-
also blame me for the deaths of your liver if you play Seraph of the Drink. And you can
Aw.
also ask me for your Tokyo Ghoul calendar picture.
That's true, because you did get that in too.
I spent money but you don't understand. I really am a slut for Tokyo Ghoul.
Gee, we didn't notice.
Anyway,
Tokyo Ghoul, Seraph, Kuroko, Haikyuu,
moving on. And I'm Stephanie, or some people on the internet may know me as Lilac from Lilac Anime Reviews. I have a blog where I do, even though I haven't done it in a
Shit.
even though I haven't done these in a while, anime reviews, top 10s. I am one of the 3 main hosts of this podcast, in case you're wondering. I also
debauchery.
Yeah, I'm also a contributor for Infinite Rainy Day, where mostly I do seasonal work there, and occasionally some reviews when I ever get the chance to do them. I apologize for me not putting anything up aside from Dub Tugs lately.
You have earned the right to take a break.
I have earned the right to take a break.
After
my
all the
God.
crap we have put you through, you have earned the right.
Through taunting you over Eric Vale and Josh Grilly, Ghost Pimps, weed jokes,
And sticky sheets.
sticky sheets.
We are not
blowjob-
talking about that because that was not in that Show Me Sample episode.
blowjob noises.
Oh Lord. I've been
losing 2 episodes.
I have been subjected to so much this year,
mostly because of me.
mostly because
I'm
of
the
both
devil.
from both of you.
Stephanie,
For God's sake.
we just want to say
Yes.
it has been an absolute joy and honor working with you this past year. And I would never trade it for the world.
Yay!
Oh God, please don't make me cry.
You're gonna make me cry.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
I would just like to say, as the Titanic, like the Titanic band leader said, gentlemen, it has been an honor playing alongside you.
Let's go down with the ship.
Well, I hope you two are willing to put up with me for a while longer.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. I would honestly never trade this for the world. This has been some of the most enjoyable, stupid nights of my life. For putting up with me horrendously sobbing over voice actors and seiyus and gay vampires and subjecting you to the most horrid thing I could find.
Oh God.
Thank you for being one of my best friends, the both of you. And I can't wait to see you in March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Hardy tried very, very hard.
I'm going to do my absolute best, but
Okay,
money
good.
is hard.
I
but-
know, it's understandable.
We can always Skype and carry you around like Bryn April's character.
You
in
can't.
Assassin's
You girls
Creed
can't
Classroom.
carry me around. I'm a big dude.
I can put you on my phone, damn it!
I'll
we
be like,
have the technology.
Technology.
Anyway, we've been talking for God knows how long.
2 hours and 30 minutes exactly.
Pretty much, even though this is gonna be trimmed down because there was a little bit of issues. But anyway, for all of us here at Dub Talk, thank you for sticking with us this past year. From it being a random vlog thing that I started to where it is now. You guys are amazing. We all love you so much.
Special
And,
special thanks to Noah Clue, to Zenith Will Rule, to Divine Nega, to Roots of Justice, to Classy Spartan, to Jamstar,
to Gigi from Anime Palooza, to Sneebs. Oh God, to Katie. God, who are we missing?
to Amandul.
Amandul. Lack the Watcher, even though JoJo is not up as of right now.
Thank you, Lack, for your patience, you saint.
Yes.
We'll get you on a future episode. Trust us.
Absolutely.
Let him do One Punch Man. If he wants to.
That's a possibility.
That's an idea. We're gonna have a fun time figuring out One Punch Man, because good lord. I already know that Katie and Roots and Jet want to be part of One Punch Man. So, and I'm not doing 5-6 people again. No way in hell. We are not having a Dance with Devils repeat, even though that was amazing.
I apologize for nothing again.
I know you don't, but still. Anyway, from the three of us here to all of you, thank you so much for sticking with us this past year. And I hope you are more than willing to stick with us for many, many more shows and episodes to come. Until then, happy holidays, happy new year, and we will see you in 2016.
So do we all say our catchphrases now? I want you to go last, Stephanie, because
All
you're...
right.
I don't even have a catchphrase.
Make something up! I love it. I love it.
Keep it manly.
And from all of us here, otaku on, my friends.